I hope he's not like on his phone, like in his whip. I hope he's like sitting at
that'd be terrible. Would we even do it? He just calls us from the fucking road, bro. Oh.
Well, I said laptop. Like, I told Cam.
There's worse cars that you could podcast from.
From a Bentley.
Than from the Ghost.
Yeah.
That's a
but I
very
told Cam,
spooky, dude. The Halloween special potting from inside the Ghost. Dude.
Apparently, one time I was leaving the office and I just like walked right by the Bentley, and Cam was like, "Yo, you just walked right by and just like didn't even notice us."
They're stealth, bro.
Yeah, spooky.
This is Jonah Hill, and you're listening to the only podcast that matters.
Throw Gang, we are joined by the Celine Sultan, the personal order overlord, man's more plugged than Con Ed, the Flex Pharaoh, the self-ordained hood Anthony Bourdain, the dot connector Kaiser from end zone to end zone like Plug Flutie, the paper planes Pasha. One more thing, price of the brick is going upscale. Creative director and marketing lifestyle consultant Mike Camargo, a.k.a. Upscale Vandal.
Legends only.
Yeah, the intros here is astronomical.
You can take that.
The price of the brick is going up in the same sentence as the paper plane Pasha.
Yeah,
that's like
it's not going up. It's going upscale.
Yeah, I feel like y'all should get, you know, when this whole you know podcast revolution comes to the point where we're getting awards and stuff.
Sure. Your
intro section should be, you know, it's highly touted. I feel like I've been on a bunch of interviews and nobody's talking like
that's
that.
New intro.
Also, if Push ever wants some, you know, some, I know he's not a he's not a ghostwriter enthusiast or anything, but you know,
but then you have plenty of those AKAs for him.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, listen, dude,
he's the fucking maestro of that shit.
He wrote his own intro. That's the thing, man. Your favorite writer's favorite writer. I mean,
he's the L. Ron Hubbard of the cupboard is my favorite.
Jack Frost with that blast
selling
off.
That blast off, dude.
Yeah, it's good.
Mike, how are you doing, bro?
You guys, man, how y'all doing, man? I'm great than y'all. I really, honestly, I did this because I fuck with y'all so much.
Thank you.
And I wanted to see how y'all were doing just naturally all together instead of sending those weird coronavirus texts.
Right. Well, we appreciate you letting us turn it into content that we can monetize. That's cool.
That's the least of my worries. It's more so not having to send Lawrence any like, yo, we're going to get through these rough times.
Yeah, right.
Unprecedented times.
How are you holding up during these unprecedented times? Texts are getting on my last nerve.
Or like me texting Mike, how exotic are your snacks right now? Like, you know. Mike, wait, have you done, how many podcasts have you done? Do you do a lot of these?
Honestly, I don't. And like Charlie had asked me, I mean, at least 2 years ago to hop on the pod with y'all in your, I think this was in the first phase of your 5 name changes.
Yeah, right.
the previous podcast endeavor that shall not be named.
Exactly.
Yeah. So the thing is just like, I don't do press because, you know, I know to some people might be like, yo, you're an asshole. Why would you turn down any interviews? You know what I'm saying? But it's more so, or any podcast, but it's more so because the past 4 years of my career, when we started the agency, like people started, obviously because of social media, people just started mixing the agency workload and what we were doing on the creative workload with like my personal upscale vandalisms on Instagram and stuff. And like, I don't want to do like, I wanted to try to separate myself from the work that like people here do, like Cam and, you know, Joe and all the people that work with us, Marley, anybody who's a part of the things that we do here don't get enough credit because I'm the one on the fucking podcast, you know, and that shit to me was like counterintuitive, you know what I'm saying? So I try not to do it unless I feel like one, the people who follow me can like really learn something. And I know that's not going to happen on this podcast.
Oh no, it's not.
No,
we are anti-education on this podcast.
Come on. We can't even read, bro.
Or two, if there's people that I actually fuck with their movement and I feel like they're bringing something new to the game, which obviously you guys have been doing that for the past 5 to 10 years.
Yeah. I mean, there's a moment.
Varying degrees of success to be
There's a moment where I know that, Mike, you were like, yo, I could either.
Cheyenne in the varying success.
But Mike, I remember there was a moment where you're like, should I get on board with the Fashion Bros and help them with their career, or J Balvin? And I think you made the right choice ultimately.
Yeah.
I think I made the wrong choice because I think if I would have stuck around with Fashion Bros,
Damn, dude.
it would have been.
We'd be on
Every
TV.
man comes to a fork in the road at some point, and
Yeah,
that
I
was
fucked
yours. Well, listen, man, we're about to talk to you about yourself exclusively. We're not going to talk about anybody who does anything else for you. Fuck them. This is about Mike. It's going to be like, I don't know, 3 hours of you. Let's start with the fit check, dude. We want to walk the audience at home through the totality of the fit that you wore on the only podcast that matters. The choice for you, sir, is you want to start top down or bottom up.
You fuckers. I'm like, yo, this ain't going, you don't got to get fresh for this. And I was just like wearing house shit. I went up the block and Cam's calling me like, yo, come on. We start at 7. And I'm like, I don't got to fit on. But I'm wearing this is a brand called Patriot from Japan.
Okay.
Okay.
You're starting middle out. So you're not going top down or bottom up. You're starting
I'm going t-shirt down.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. And then I'm just doing just a regular, like, I know that this is blasphemous to James, but these are Needles pants.
Oh, Mike, come on. The Needles track pants, you see
They're
them out
not
of
8x2 South or whatever fucking engineer says the
South 2 West 8.
Yeah.
Wait, can we talk about this t-shirt?
Mike got the coordinates wrong.
To do this time.
Can we talk about the t-shirt? I thought it was chrome, but that's a fake out.
Yeah, it says chrome, but it's
yeah.
No, who wears that anymore?
We're gonna talk about that in a second. I was like, because I saw you tweet about it. You're like, Chrome's dead to me, and I was like, but he's wearing a shirt that says Chrome. I don't.
No. This is a brand it's called Patriot from Japan.
Salute.
And I'm wearing the Vandal slides. Pass me the they're right there. It's just I got slides.
Wait, tell me about the pants. Those are black on black Needles track pants. Before we get to your slides, what are the
Black on
pants?
purple.
Yeah, black on purple.
Oh, black on purple.
Yeah.
Got it. Cool. And then the slides are a collab, right?
Say it again.
Your slides are a collab.
Yeah, Sandal
Boys, right?
Yeah, Sandal Boys to match the hat.
Shout out Franlations, bro. The goated of all goat. That's for everyone listening at home. You might have seen the iconic Vine where the dude is wearing the Givenchy or whatever he says. Let's see how it looks on foot or whatever the fuck it is.
He does all of those combined, which is great.
Yeah, I fucked that all up, but everyone knows what I'm talking about. Dude's a legend. Wait. Is there an undershirt? We need to really get every detail here. You kind of went.
It's like a two, Japan.
Okay. Oh, it's like a ringer tee. Okay.
Two-piece.
It's like a 2-piece ringer tee. Yeah.
Socks. You wearing socks?
No socks.
No socks.
No socks.
What about the panties?
Yeah, your underwear.
Regular Uniqlo Airism.
Boxer briefs or boxers?
Boxer briefs.
Thank you. Do you know that James only wears boxers?
Well, I mean, look at him.
What does that mean?
It looks like you were trying to move to Koh Samui on your last.
I fucking
your
was.
last 100 baht. So
I got dragged back here from the motherland. Yeah, that's right.
What was that movie Leonardo DiCaprio?
The Beach.
Yeah. You look like one of the guys that were already there in the commune when he got there.
I'm the MVP of the PP Islands.
Yeah.
What about all the hardware?
You have so much fucking accoutrement. Let's start with the big.
I actually was around the way, so I don't have all my shit on. But I'm also canceling jewelry. 21 Savage is my new, he's my new role model when it comes to like just details, because the fact that he stopped wearing jewelry last year and started wearing more guns is what I'm on.
Okay. Right. Like Benny the Butcher, right? You spend a lot on guns.
But even more.
I
spend a lot on jewelry, but even more on guns.
Yeah.
We're not a self-snitching pod here, but how many guns do you have on you right now?
Huh?
On your person.
Just on my person, one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Respect. I like
but
that.
You got the house chain on. The house.
Yeah, this is a block chain. I was up the block. I was at Mad Cuts, shot the Mad Cuts. I was at the barbershop smoking a joint and dropping something off to my barber. And I figured I'd be back way more than time, and I just spaced out.
You were high.
I just got the regular Cuban, fully bust, AP, fully bust.
Yep.
And just two Cardis, one Love, one Justin Clo.
Bust down Baron.
Oh, the glasses. The glasses are actually mine. What? Oh. These are vintage frames and me. If you notice, that has the plug logo.
Oh yeah, wow, okay. Custom.
These are coming out. They're a collab.
You're gonna like the way you look.
Yeah, these are collab. They'll be at Lens Crafters all across America.
Are those modeled after like a favorite Cartier or what's?
It's actually all. I actually just built it from scratch, all with existing pieces. Okay, so the glass that I normally wear, I had bought like the entire stock from Corey. They're Pierre Cardin vintage 1970 something.
Okay.
And they all have these like tortoise shell ringers around the frame. So I took that part, which is my favorite, and I mixed it with some of the other parts of some of his other glasses and just kind of made my own.
It's like a Frankenstein, the best shades to ever do it.
Yeah, and I actually, so you guys know I'm like obese at this point. So my face is really wide and glasses don't normally fit me. Like, for example, I have all of the First Millionaires. All of them. Not the Virgil ones, the original.
The OGs.
None of them even go on my face.
Really?
And I have every color. It's crazy. And, you know, the width of glasses always make a difference to me. And I know a lot of people also have that issue. So I made these actually wider than the normal frame.
Okay.
So
you gotta know your face shape, right? When it comes to your framesman, you know, when it comes to frames, your face shape
an optometrist.
That's everything.
And it wasn't that long ago that you never showed your eyes, at least on socials.
Yeah. Well, that's because I was still on like probation and street shit and done. Like it was a different part of my life. So
that was a logistical decision.
It was more so because at that time I still didn't want it to be about me. Like when I first started social media, I was like, it was more so about people had to, like, this is obviously before anybody, like I'm sure Chuck and Spanish Fraser definitely didn't have social media when I first got on the gram or Twitter, and people were just like, yo, you got all this stuff, you got all this archive, you know, like all these things, you should post some of this shit and like educate people on what because this is pre-designer hype fashion era. You know, this was like Balenciaga Arena, pre-Balenciaga Arena era. So like, I used to be pissed at like, yo, like these kids are not like really out here shopping.
They don't know who we be.
Yeah.
So people were just like, yo, you got to educate about the pieces and not just buy. So, you know, when I first started, it wasn't really about me. I was just posting clothes and
it's about the gear itself. It was about like the physical objects. What about the lifestyle, not you?
What about the Bape interior whip?
Yeah, that was a different era of my life. That was
legendary.
Yeah, that like I said, that time was just a different time. I was really on some other shit. I wasn't in this industry. I was outside full time. Like back then, it wasn't just one firearm; it was multiple. Like,
right.
You know what I mean? So,
Chuck, when did like Mike first come across your radar and first started following him and knowing about him?
I think like you guys had interacted with him on like Twitter or Instagram or something. And I remember he came into the store that I was working at and I texted you, James. I was like, yo, he's in the store right now. I got super excited. You're like, yo, ask him to come on the pod. And I don't remember what exactly he said, but when I mentioned that I knew James, he just like kind of laughed like in my face, but he didn't say that he would never come on the pod. So like I said, like, I feel like this is a long time coming.
But this is really Chuck. I mean, I love y'all, but really Chuck made this happen.
Because he rolled you the best blunt ever. Is that right?
In life. Bro, I smoke astronomical, like I have glass tip hardware. Like it's crazy. Like my fucking weed setup is like the Corning cookware level of weed. And when I found out that Backwood Chuck makes the finest 3-finger, 3-gram blunts, I'm like, yo, this guy, he's gifted. You know, not everybody that looks like him rolls that type of blunt.
He's the Rain Man of weed.
Yo, let me tell you something. If I wanted to, if like in any capacity, get Chuck a hood pass, all I got to do is bring him to like Lafayette Projects and have him roll a backwood. It's done.
Bring him
if he rolls one of those in the projects around my way, he's GOAT level. He's in forever.
If you bring him to your barbershop, he'll be like canonized as a saint, bro. Yeah. I mean, this guy.
They're gonna have him next to the chart with the numbers. Yeah. I want the number 27.
We get a Chuck
on that with his fingers like this, like crazy,
with a terrible mustache.
Yeah.
But just for context, Mike, I went back in my Instagram history. I think I met you in 2014, and I remember because I was fucking just like when Chuck saw you come into the shop. I feel like there's a lot of guys that when the first time they meet you, it's like a celebrity, dude.
I mean, with us, it's a little different because I think maybe and it was mutual because when I was meeting people in that time, like y'all are guys to me because y'all are the ones that, you know, although I was outside on the front lines, like if it wasn't for guys like y'all, the world in the context of it wouldn't really know about the shit that we were doing. And you guys like being able to see that shit early, have it like even accepted me. Like, if you guys look at the normal fashion crowd that you guys back then would have written upon or, intermingled with, they ain't look like me. It wasn't aggressive. They wasn't out here beating motherfuckers up. Like it wasn't on that type of time. So for y'all to embrace me and shed light on what I was doing and on the brands we were working on and always fuck with me, like that shit to me speaks volumes. And like
Complex
James
was kind of
have always been on that.
Complex was kind of in the similar world where it's like it was right before like high fashion and hip hop entered its current, romantic fucking love child era. But like, yeah, it was the same thing. It was like we weren't getting invites to shows or getting, samples like Matthew Henson.
It's like outsider status on different levels to some degree. But like, I think it's like there's a kinship.
Yeah. And I think that's why maybe like when we first link up, it's like that energy is mutual and that energy of like connecting, getting to know each other off the phone, is dope. And I think that you and James definitely always stood out. And I see a lot of that in Chuck, you know what I'm saying? Like that. Good. He has a really good personality, good positive disposition. He's as much as he could flex if he wants to, he's not a piece of shit. And it's like I fuck with that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about Cheyenne yet, but we'll see.
He's a good boy too.
He's a low key flexer. All right, is that the full fit check?
And then the hat. We got to do the hat.
Vandal hat. You already know. New era collab. These might be coming out. Trying to
the satin. That's a satin joint, right?
Satin joint. I'm trying to bring these back out, and that's it. And the grip is Glock. And that's it.
You put me on your Instagram story once, and I got like
only Austrian. I only buy Austrian firearms.
Yeah. I got 100 DMs of people asking me if I could help them get you your hat.
Oh shit! There it is.
Okay.
Banana.
That's a clip. That's a clip.
It's a clip and a half.
Yeah.
Extensions in my hair.
Yeah.
I get my hair done like this and shit like.
That's your type of banana bread.
Yeah. For the folks at home, mainly also officers of the law, you're just gonna have to use your imagination. Okay, guys?
Let your key to speak. All right, Mike. With the fit check complete, time to move into the meat and potatoes of this podcast. As you may or may not know, the three main subjects of this podcast, the only podcast that matters, are money,
ching,
meats and cheeks,
sucking and fucking.
And most importantly, the goddamn motherfucking boys, Jimmy and Larry, ourselves. We're going to start off with ourselves because that's clearly the most important topic. Lawrence and I mean, part of the fun dynamic that we have is that we have like these fundamental differences between us that will never be bridged, right? Like it's yin and yang, it's the duality of man. And one of those things is Lawrence is a Drake simp, right? I think that man up north, he makes some catchy tunes, some catchy pop tunes, but overall turbo corny. Who do you agree with more?
I mean, I understand both of y'all points. With Buddy, like, anybody that doesn't understand that he's, the biggest artist in hip hop, you're lying to yourself. The music is catchy. I love some of those club records, and I'm in there drunk as hell singing to whoever wrote them as well. But at the end of the day, like, you could, just like you guys have that, the dichotomy of taste in him, there's also the dichotomy. Like, I'm personally not a fan of the woyoy, shoot 'em up man ting, but I'm cool. Like the records that hit are hits. So I can understand both of y'all points. Me personally,
right?
It's not what I go and automatically put on my playlist, but there's a couple of joints get spun.
As a famous non-capper yourself, it must be hard to listen to straight cap. Versus me, a full-time capperoni supreme, it's easy money. You know what I'm saying?
But that's the thing. It's like when you listen to Buddy, you can see the talent, you can see the influences and where how he melds, a lot of those sounds and where he pulls direction from, and who he is. You'd be like, yo, I get it. But when he starts with the, starts name dropping people that we never heard of or don't care about, and we pop up at your block, and like, then it's like, oh, come on, bro.
What do you think of his style?
I've been there. Like, I was there. Like, I didn't see none of that.
What about his personal style? What do you think of that? Is it also very chameleon?
But in a way that panders.
I mean, not like, I feel like it's open knowledge that he doesn't really have any, like, nobody really looks at him for that. And that's fine. There's plenty of huge artists that don't really have any style. You know what I mean? And it's like
all of them. Most
Yeah,
of them, 99%.
yeah. So it's like why put him under any more scrutiny? You know what I'm saying? I think that he got a lot better once Milani started working with him. I think she's super talented and had a vision.
She's great.
From New York, like, you know,
she gets it.
Sauce, she gets it. But the end of the day is how you put it together. Motherfuckers could put a whole perfect fit on in front of you, like as far as, you know, ready for you to wear. And if you don't know how to layer it, what to stack, what to pull out, what to leave in, and
you can see that paint by number shit too. I mean, that's like the biggest problem in hip hop too, where it's like, all right, check off the 3 brands. Here's the outfit.
Here's your Dior sneakers, your Amiri jeans,
yeah,
your Hearts tee, and your crossbody bag out the door.
Yeah, mannequin shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Slightly related, but not really. Quick question, just some housekeeping real quick, because, you know, I'm texting Shiv like every 4 months. I'm like, yo, when is Push coming on Throwing Fits? And I figured, like, while you're with us, I might as well just ask you directly. When is Pusha T coming on Throwing Fits?
He's even worse than me when it comes to shit, because the problem with Push that people don't really know is, like, he's an actual, like, he's a real asshole. Like, he's the nicest human when it comes to, like, humanisms. You know, when it's like old lady needing a bag carried, this motherfucker first dude to
helps her cross the street.
Oh, yo, this guy's, bro, he's puppy dog polite when it comes to the right room. But when it comes to, like, us and being cool, and, like, he don't give a fuck.
Hell hath no fury.
Bro, this guy is like, he does it to me. He'll call me at 8 a.m. He's very early, very, very early riser, goes to bed at like 11, 10 latest.
Okay.
But he gets up at like 7:30 in the morning, 8:30 on pre-workout, and just starts fucking railing me out about something that I have no clue what he's talking about. And then he'll just be like, yeah, I'm about to walk into the gym. And then I'm just like, yo, he's like, click. Like, before I get one thing that I needed to say or wanted to say or ask him his opinion about, it's like, yeah, go fuck yourself.
Do you think he would even have the attention span? Because obviously he's clearly a busy guy, to do like a 2-hour podcast. He doesn't.
If you notice, he doesn't really do podcasts.
Right. I was going to say.
Done is Drink Champs and Joe Budden. And the Joe Budden thing was more of a like press thing to deal with the Drake backlash and put out the truth about what really happened. But he doesn't really do podcasts for that same reason. He doesn't feel like, what can his fans learn of him at this point? You know?
Well, maybe if you have a great fucking time, maybe you can at least put in a good word with your fucking resident asshole buddy.
It's not going well so far, so I'm just.
People want to know. People want to know what underwear he's wearing.
Yeah, exactly.
And then he can hang up.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk. Let's get back to the man, the myth, the legend, Upscale Vandal. So, ever since the dawn of time, man has pondered the big questions for millennia. Is there a God? Where does my girl actually want to eat? What is the meaning of life? For us, the question we've been fucking asking forever since we've known you is, what exactly does Upscale Vandal do? Like, what's your fucking day-to-day? How do you make money? You mentioned this agency. We're going to let you talk about it one time and one time only, but like, that's everyone asks is like, what does he do? What does he actually do? That's the question that kind of follows you around, I imagine, like for a long fucking
I guess the short and skinny of it is just like, I'm a consultant. You know, we do a majority of the work we do is creative direction and marketing consulting, but we also do product development, brand development, retail strategy. We actually do all of the back end logistics shit that makes brands successful that people don't ever really know about on the public side. Right. You know, what is the distribution strategy of a brand? You know, what is the digital approach, you know, at retail for a brand? How do artists take their, you know, music following and turn it into a lifestyle product following? You know, basically we're kind of like, you know, we're the glue that keeps a lot of projects together. And that started, we launched the agency at like the end of 2013. End of 2014, beginning of 2015, like fully solidified. Prior to that, I was in mainly sales. You know, I as you guys know, I co-founded On Noir with Curtains, Rob, and Jason. And I handled all the sales, all the distro, a lot of the, you know, that part of the relations of the brand. Also did that for Billionaire Boys Club at, you know, also helped launch Rock, you know, at Rock Plane, the Planes brand. So I guess at the beginning of my career, people kind of associated me with more of the like brass tacks of the fashion side. So
moving packs, literally moving packs.
Yeah. And I mean, the problem is that, you know, and I don't want credit for it, but prior to On Noir, the melding of high fashion or designer fashion and streetwear wasn't as clear and concise. but more so, it didn't have an actual genre. It didn't have a retail distribution space that stores could pull into and say, okay, well, this is what we're going to have in the, what like Barney's used to call the French Quarter, which was like, Balmain, Saint Laurent, with all, the high-end designers. And then there was contemporary menswear. And when we first launched, everybody wanted us to put us in contemporary. But it's like, how are you going to put a $2,000 leather sweatpant next to a $150 rag and bone jean? Like, it's not the same thing. And we help usher in. Prior to us, there was no Off-White. Right. It was still Pyrex. Prior to us, there wasn't Fear of God. Or prior to us, there wasn't Just Don. All of those brands that, helped the movement of designer streetwear become the global, what it is now, which is the global running gamut of fashion. None of those were there. And we kind of took the brunt and the learning curve of doing runway shows and all of that shit.
You walked so Off-White could run, so to speak. Like, how much credit? But how much credit should? Because I think On Noir is one of the, like, James and I were on the ground floor. This is when we kind of met you. Yeah. This is like early. This was the $20,000 sweat, or excuse me, $2,000 sweatpant, leather sweatpant, the Kanye shit. That was like a meme. It was such a big deal. But I think people forget, like, how much credit do you think On Noir deserves for, like, literally creating the zeitgeist that we are all living in today and have been for a while?
I mean, I wouldn't say we created it, because there was other brands in development as we were going. But as far as being the first to launch out there and to deal with Barney's and to deal with, I mean, every retail store that carries designer high fashion in the, what they call the mom and pop, like the independents, got into all of that because of us. And I'm talking about Armand Minaire, Exhibition, Cream, Feature, every one of those stores, Unknown, they were just carrying like high-end streetwear and trying to get into that. I credit James Whitner, Brock, AJ from Feature, Dion Point from Concepts. All of those guys were actually going to Paris in 2011, 2012 together, trying to
lure brands in.
Yeah, Joe from Oneness in Kentucky. All of those guys were going together and saying, we're one account. Like, if you guys open us, there's 60 doors that will take an order. It's like competing with a Barney's.
Right.
So we were the first to say, listen, and a lot of people don't know this either, but when On Noir launched, the first 5 accounts that had On Noir also had to pick up John Elliott. And at this time, John Elliott was only doing denim.
Right.
A real throwing fit secret that nobody knows, well, I mean, aside from the nucleus, is John and Rob actually co-founded a brand together. And that brand ended up splitting into 2 and becoming John Elliott and On Noir.
Sure.
So when I first started selling On Noir, Rob was like, yo, this is my really good friend, John Elliott. He used to work at G-Star, or I can't remember what denim company he used to design for. He's making this really luxurious denim. And what was funny was,
that was all John was making, right? That was it.
Here's the thing. So when they had made all the original samples for their brand, half of it was leather, half of it was waxed cotton, which was one of the things that we started, was like, all of our expensive leather pieces had a counterpart that was a version of it with reverse French terry waxed in gradient. And that shit became like, motherfuckers started waxing everything. Like, right. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything. Like, I can remember motherfuckers literally going to the Stuttersheim store and buying, or the Fall Raven store, and buying that wax that you put on raincoats. Yeah. I was in Soho and motherfuckers was like, yo, bro, I'm about to do the wax on my On Noir. I'm like, you're gonna wax and on? We already sell that. Just buy that. Like, yeah. But yeah, like they split those samples, and Rob took all the leather pieces, and Jason took the wax terry and the denim. So the first 5 accounts we sold was in Vegas during Agenda. I was still selling BBC, and I would sneak up to a private room at the Cosmo where I was showing On Noir, and I showed Robert Rosenthal from Exhibition. I showed James Whitner. I showed all these accounts.
Did BBC know that you were doing this, or they didn't?
They didn't. I almost got fired for that until Jay found out. And then when Jay found out, he was like, yeah, fuck all that. And actually, Jay put us, you guys remember Jay-Z did that Barney's collab? And then it got quieted because there was like a racial scandal about a kid with a Ferragamo belt. that he was actually paying for.
Yeah.
I remember that.
That whole thing got like, it suppressed Jay's collab because people were going against Barney's at the moment. But I remember meeting Lucas Ossendriver from Lanvin, Albert Elbaz, Alexander Wang, the guys from Who's and Buzz. I met almost all of the creative directors of those brands because we had a private party at the 4040 to launch that campaign that it was just us. And then Jay had canceled all the press because of the backlash that was going on. So we're just in a room and it's like me, Rob, Jason Curtins, Beyonce, Jay-Z, and then like Albert Elbaz and Lucas Ossendriver are like in a corner somewhere. You know how like Albert looks kind of like the penguin? So he's like ominously.
It's the Riddler and the Penguin with both them together, bro.
I never thought of that.
Yeah,
super Lucas looks like the fucking Riddler too. But anyway, I met all these guys and bro, I'm still on probation at this time. Like I'm 3 years removed from prison. You know what I mean? And it's like I'm meeting these guys who are like astronomically up there to me, and I'm like, man, I can't believe I'm in this room. But because of R&R, because of that collab, and like Jay embraced us and was like, yo, I fuck with y'all. You could do BBC, you could do whatever. I don't give a fuck. As long as like you do your job in the day.
And he saved your job because you were going to get fired. And he was like, damn.
Emery did. Emery told Jay, and then Jay told Emery to tell them.
That's a blessing from the top. That's like, at that point, it's immunity, bro. Diplomatic immunity.
Yeah. So, I mean, like I said, going back to it, when you say how much credit we deserve, I don't want to say like, I don't want to toot my own horn, but like we definitely took a lot of the brunt early on, and we opened up people's palettes to being able to buy. I mean, I think the only brand that was in there, and that like Marcona 3 used to be, you guys heard of Marcona 3?
No.
That's who was prior to New Guard's group. It was Marcona 3. So they had Marcelo Boulogne and they had all of these things, and they were trying to sell these stores. So like some of those stores had Marcelo, but then like the high-end stores wouldn't want to fuck with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like we were in a weird place, and we helped break that barrier. And now it's like you walk into those stores, and that's all they sell.
How much do you think the early hesitation was based around race or like the hip hop association? Because obviously, like Kanye and Rocky and Chainz were like early fans of Anwar, and then this
Tishi
again, this
did Watch the Throne, and that's kind of
but besides Tishi and besides like Alexander Wang and Lanvin. Because I remember they had like super popular sneakers. How much of like European houses or stores were like, whoa, we don't want like people that look like you in our stores necessarily.
Here's the thing, bro. All of those brands you just mentioned were still European run, European directed. The lookbooks were still all of that. We were the only ones that looked like the kids who were buying it.
Who were really wearing it, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And people didn't really understand that. People thought we had investors and we had some billionaires behind us. And it's like, nah, bro, that was us, motherfucking blood, sweat, and tears. And like, I remember we got a lot of backlash because me and Curtins used to be like street enforcers of the brand. Like if you were a scammer or if there was an account stealing from the website, like we'd run down on you. And we did it. And like we'd go to trade shows and we see motherfuckers and put motherfuckers under pressure, like, because this was our lifeblood. This was like what we wanted to help change our lives, and it was on the trajectory to do that. And
you guys care so much, right? That's the thing. Also, like, shout out Curtins, a friend of the show. Also, like, you guys are such nerds with it, right? Like, you care so much. So I can't even imagine what it was like to think that you were fucking around with Anwar and they get that pressure applied by dudes who.
Bro, let me tell you something.
Yeah,
we were so passionate about that shit that when the bootlegs started. Like, because everybody started doing it.
Yeah.
We started doing, like, Rap-A-Lot street mixtape control, where we'd go and, like, if it was some fake Anwar shit, we yanking that shit out the store. If we see you trying to PC, we on your Instagram. Yo, we on your head. Where you at? Pull up to Atlanta. We in Atlanta looking for motherfuckers. Like, bro, that shit was serious to us, man. How are we gonna... We're developing a $2,000 sweatpants that takes 9 hours in production of a 10-piece line, like... cutting, it wasn't like machines, and you're fucking making PU pleather sweatpants to sell to fucking Rocco in Atlanta for $200.
Joel Plumey wearing those?
Not going down like that, bro.
Joel Plumey's not rocking those on Sneaker Shopping.
It's not going down like that, bro.
We need to put a little bit of respect on Rocco's name, dude.
Yo, Rob, big respect. That's my guy, but he wasn't getting.
Sure, I know.
Shit. Like,
it's a different.
You know what I mean? He was like, "Yo, this kid's offering me leather sweats. They look like leather. It's whatever.
Sure.
$200. Well, I'm gonna do the other ones too. I would have like if I'm Rocco, I'm going 200 over 2,000 too. I don't know the difference. Nobody knew who like we were yet. You know what I mean? So
it's economics.
You know, at the end of the day, like we took a lot of fashion. What about Fashion Week? It was like Fashion Week used to be like kind of let us in. Like when I say us, I mean us. Definitely not Chuck and Siam, but I'm just saying like us. Like we kind of would like. You guys want one invite, and it's like standing room only.
Standing only, yeah, exactly.
Bro, that was begging, and it's like we had a show where the entire 2 front rows. This entire front row was every high fashion magazine editorial, from Jim Moore to fucking. Every fucking Purple magazine was there, and they were like going out of business at the time. Like it was nuts. And then the opposite side was like Amari Stoudemire, Victor Cruz, 2 Chainz, Meek Mill, Emery Jones, half the Billboard charts, and then two of the biggest drug dealers in the East Coast at the end. Like nobody was melding that world, and we brought that shit. Now you look at fucking Paris Fashion Week.
Yeah.
It looks like fucking Art Basel.
Right.
And if you look at Art Basel, it looks like the BET Award. It's crazy. We fucking started that shit, bro. And it may sound like I'm tooting my own horn, but I'm cool with that because at the end of the day, we're not at the brand doesn't exist anymore. So you know how the world is now, it's like momentary. Like you could be gone in 2 seconds. It could be erased from the books like it is now. Like I guarantee Shyam had never heard of Anwar until this conversation.
Sham, is that true?
Sham, can you confirm or deny?
No, man. I actually had, but I've been real fan of you guys. Yeah, no.
Okay, cool. All right, cool.
I might know.
But you tell
I get it.
You tell the average person they have no clue today. Like no.
Yeah.
The relevancy is in question. Even if it was super impactful, it just gets buried by the sands of time. There's so much shit now. So I
couldn't have said it better than that.
Well, Mike, so I think a common through line that is like just on repeat with you is that you're early or to some shit, or you co-sign some shit that isn't like of the moment, but is like bubbling up and eventually becomes what's next becomes now. Mm-hmm. Is there, I mean, and Anwar is like the perfect example of that, but like, is there a brand or trend specifically you've been early on that kind of still irks you that you don't think you get like the credit you deserved for making happen? Not like a brand not even necessarily a brand that you've worked on, but like a trend or something that you've spread and kind of influenced people to like get on board.
Not because Anwar, the only reason I take that one to heart is because that shit was like our life, bro.
Yeah.
Like we were going through it at the time. Like we weren't all in the best financial place. We were all really trying to make this shit like break the door down. And like we've sacrificed a lot and lost a lot. And I feel like that counts for the most. But after that, like the trend shit, bro, I'm gonna keep it 100, man. You talk to people I went to high school with, like anybody that's known me since a teenager, like that's just what I've been doing, bro. Like bringing waves to the forefront is something that was instilled in me from young, from my big homies and my big bros that was like, always get on the next shit, always get on some new shit, always try to think ahead. And I don't want credit for that. All I want is the respect. Like I want respect and credit are 2 different things.
Sure.
Like I don't want you to be like, oh, well, he did that. Like that's cool. Yeah. It's not always about who did it first. Sometimes people do it better than me if they jump on it. The one thing that does irk me though is like the disrespect when it's like, motherfuckers know I did something or I tried to push a movement forward and it got shunned in one direction, but then 6 months later, you know, it gets accredited to like the bottom tier of, you know, the quality representation of it.
Sure.
So, I mean, that's why I don't delve into, you know, who gets credit. Like at the end of the day, I might always just like say a little barb to, you know, to the peoples and then do my little tweets, but that's just natural. Like when you've gotten as many waves stolen from you as I have, like that shit becomes, you know, haphazard as part of the job. So I'm cool with that. You know, I don't, there's so many trends that I've started that I don't get the credit for that's fine with me. As long as you just don't disrespect.
It's
like
personal growth. You come to accept it.
And it's the best part of following Mike on IG, because you see something on his IG, whether it's Amiri or Chrome, and you're like, this will be hot in the streets in T-minus 2 years, and you can set your fucking clock to it every single time.
Yeah, like I said, as long as they respect it, I'm cool, because, you know, like I said, the ones that matter, no. You know what I mean? Like, people that see and people that understand. And I mean, look at even Chuck, like Patron of the New. Nobody was shocked, bro.
Facts.
By the way, En Noir, Patron of the New, was only had 7 brands when we picked them up. Like, that was it. It was 7 brands. It was Odin Vok, Rick Owen Dark Shadow, us, Mugler, some other obscure incense company that made chalk line t-shirts. Sure. I remember that very clearly. It was so odd. Like, yo, this shirt is chalk lined.
Right.
So as you perspire, the like wrinkle of the shirt, I'm like, yo, this is way too This is way too fashion for me.
Sure.
But yeah, like nobody was shopping at Patron. Like,
that landscape looks very different.
I'm not saying we're the reason that it happened, but like, but Chuck could tell you, motherfuckers know how many people I brought to that store and told about that store and posted that store.
What I was gonna say when you were talking about just like the En Noir, like being early on, is like, I remember when I started at Patreon, I was doing all the e-com, and I was like, yo, like, we're getting all these En Noir orders on the website. Like, where is it downstairs? Like, I don't see it upstairs or whatever. And so like, I remember that was when I learned about En Noir, just being like, wow, like there's a lot of people still looking for this and still copying it. And like at the time, like I was like, oh, like we have our Amiri section's like 35 feet by 50 or whatever, and you don't see En Noir up here. But like then I kind of learned, and then everyone taught me like, oh, En Noir was like way predated all this, you know what I mean? So that was like kind of my introduction to it.
Yeah. Like, you know, Patron is an amazing store. I love Jonathan. I love his mother. I love the fam. Like, they're amazing people. We'll always have a tight relationship. And I'm so happy that they're the number 1 store in New York. You know,
killing it.
As far as like volume, selection,
insane,
accessibility, like seeing them grow into what it is amazing. I love those guys.
They're like a monster. They're like they're one monster of retail. In like, that's like, it's insane.
And that's a vision they've had, you know, that's a vision they've had. I remember me and John was like, John would be like, yo, do you know this brand? Can you call this brand? Is there a brand that you want to see? And like, I've brought brands there and I've pipped them to brands, and like, they're always ahead. They're always trying to get, ahead of the curve, and even in their buying selection, like now they buy everything because they have to. But back then, like, they always had the right colors, the right assortment. And that's a big part of retail. Like, I think that's one of the reasons why
the actual buying.
Yeah. I think that most of the designer stores that faltered and have died wasn't just because of the way commerce is changing, but it's their inability to adapt to product selection and assortment and speed to market and adapting to what brands we're going to really fill out as collections. And I think Patron does that really well. But
so it's like a failure of merchandising and buying and like the actual brass tacks.
that because most people are like, yo, Barney's closed because nobody's shopping anymore. That's bullshit. It's not true. It didn't fail because people aren't going outside to shop. Look at the line outside of Patron.
Yeah.
The only place during a pandemic. Yeah. So it's like, but then there's a reason for that. If they can do it, what are they offering?
Yeah, sure.
You know? So it's like with Barney's, I remember speaking to Ju Wu and to Wanda Cologne, who were the buyers of designer and contemporary at the time, and like they didn't even know. Like they didn't, as much respect to them, by the way, because they're visionary, but they just didn't even know what was coming as far as branding and the youth culture being so into designer. So at the end of the day, I feel like retail and the strategies that come with it, like, are just as important as any of the marketing or who's wearing it or whatever it be. And like Patrons definitely was ahead of that curve. So, as far as wave creating, like that's all I want, is just the respect for the detail and the time that's put into fucking making sure something bangs. Because it's not just like I see something and it's like, oh, this is gonna bang, and then hope it. Like, I'm looking at all of the things that, like Mike Amiri, when I wore Mike Amiri way before anybody, right? But that's because when I saw what Amiri was doing and where he was coming from, where he was designing, I was like, yo, bro, this motherfucker can't fail. Like, he's not going to fail because he's going to get carbon poisoning in his lungs from being in that basement. Like, he has to. The shit got to work, or he's gonna die. Like
Right.
he's putting his life on that.
He's leaving it all out on the field.
You know how to spot winners.
He was.
You know how to
He
spot
was
winners,
fucking-
Mike.
Huh?
And I mean, you're a veritable encyclopedia of just like nonstop knowledge and darts, built up through decades of experience. But like, if you had to take a step back and like kind of top 5 dead or alive it, like who are your favorite brands of all time? Not at the moment right now.
Yeah.
But,
I know, because just like Marquis forever.
Exactly.
Your Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, even if you're not fucking with them right now, like who's in the rafters? Ralph Lauren
won. Always Ralph Lauren won.
The source.
You said brands or designers? Brands, right?
Or I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe a designer and like if you're picking Eddie.
Yeah, I was gonna pick Eddie. We're gonna pick Eddie, but okay. But all right. So for sure, 1 is Ralph and Lowe. 2 is Bape, because that was the era that ushered me into collectivism and otakuism and following and really obsessing over the culture.
Nerd shit.
Yeah, like early on. So Bape definitely
Nego era, real shit.
Yeah. That shit changed my life. That shit changed my life.
That Bape interior keeps coming back.
So can you explain the custom car? What exactly James is talking about? Just real quick. Gonna get a shout out.
Yeah. So the second car I ever purchased was a 2007 Dodge Charger in 2007, which at that time was like, oh my God, you got the car of the year. Like
it was like the redesign or the relaunch or whatever, right?
Did you buy it in cash or?
I did not. I did regular good old financing. I still had credit. I had like credit. I was actually a smart trapper. Like I had a gold Amex. It was lit. I bought the car. It was all white Dodge Charger, and I was like, I can't like. First of all, Magnums were the shit. You remember Magnums, like Dodge Magnums?
Yeah.
Like Birdman era. Everybody had those.
Yeah, dude.
So I'm like, this car is about to blow up in the streets. And as cool as I was for having one at the beginning, I was like, I gotta customize it. It's like it wouldn't be me if it wasn't customized. I was like, what do I do? At this time, I was the god at Bape. You could ask Kevin. You can ask the entire Bapes, La Cole, Whitney, every first
Kid
Bape
Cudi
employee.
Was Kid Cudi there?
No, actually, I got a huge Kid Cudi story.
Okay.
I knew Kid Cudi when he worked at Abercrombie and Fitch.
All right.
Yeah, serious. Ask him.
I'd never even heard, because the whole thing that Scott worked at the Bape store, but I never knew about A&F.
He did.
On Broadway?
On 91 Green Street.
Was he the shirtless model out front? Or was he like the scent sprayer?
Bro, he wasn't Cudi at the time like that.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
No, but he's hot. Like, did he flex outside?
Nah, he was, bro, if I got to tell you how to Kid Cudi stories one day, because they're real. I'm talking about real life, like real life. Like, put it like this. My best friend, who was like my brother in high school, was the one who DJ'd and put together the Dr. Genius and Cudi tape that had Day and Night on it, which they ended up taking to Plain Pat.
Right.
Like, that's how close we were, like, there. Like, put it like this. The last time I saw Cudi twice before he became, like, famous, because we all had fell out. And one of them was at a party in Brooklyn, pre-full gentrifying Brooklyn, where one of his friends got murdered in front of the party. And we, like, walked out, like, there was a shooting at the party. We're holding this back room. It was in a basement. And like when we spilled out, Cudi and everybody's like panicking, and we're like pulling towards my car, and there's the homie body right in front of my car. Cops tape off the shit. They had pulled up in 2 seconds. Cudi's like fucking bawling, tearing. Like, the shit was a wild time, bro.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Yeah. This is real shit. I'm telling you.
Now there's a frozen yogurt place there.
Yeah, exactly. Now it's Starbucks.
It's a fucking Starbucks, yeah.
Wait, so you're getting tell us how you got the Charger.
Yeah, so we got so the Charger's coming, whatever. And I'm like, I can't just tint the give me a cup of that. It was like, I was like, you know what? I gotta fix this shit up. What do I fix it up? It's like, Bape. So first thing I did was the seats. Found the upholsterer. He was like, I can embroider it, but it's not gonna come out like this. I was like, nah, I'm gonna go and buy 4 Bape like jackets with the patch so you can cut them out. And that's what he did. I bought 4. There was 4 these pullover hoodies that had a Bape head in white and embroidered on the sleeve, and it had I think it had like a 03 or something here, and it were like $240. I bought 4 of them, and he reupholstered my entire interior in black custom leather with white piping, and put the vape head patches seamlessly into the back seats. I also did the logos, you know, where the like Dodge logo in the front and back is. I had a company in Florida called Billet Technology make me custom vape heads.
Wait, what was it called?
Billet Technology. Billet Technology, yeah. Sounds
incredible.
They're big now, actually. They do all of the like custom work for like Mansory kits and shit like that. So we got the logos done for the front end car, and then I was like, damn, how do I continue to take this shit to the next level? And it's like one of the kids that worked at the store who will go on name unmentioned because he was never supposed to do this, and then from what I understand, he got fired for it. But I had the DVD that used to play in the store. Remember the DVD that used to play in the store?
Yeah.
Wow. On the TVs, it was just like changing graphics.
Right.
I had that DVD playing on all the 5 TVs in my car.
So he stole the DVDs for you, which were promotion, not even.
It was one that they play in the stores. Yeah, and then
burned you a copy.
No, he gave me the one. Like,
oh shit!
That was in the store. Yeah,
when it comes time for you to like. Yeah, when it comes time to move on, and like, how do you flip? Who do you sell that car to? Did you like what happened
in the Bronx because I was going to jail? So he gave me just
respect
out cash. The car was already
it's priced to move.
I took a stupid dummy loss.
Right.
The car alone was, I think, like 34 at the time or something like that. And I think I might have got like 19 with all of the accoutrements I put in, which was another 30 grand in rims.
Is it still out there? Do you think the Bape Mobile is still out there?
I would love to find out.
Yo, if anyone has a lead on the Bape
Mobile. See how strong Throwing Fits is audience.
Yeah.
We bought my Bape car in 2009, 2008. Holla. I want to see it. There's a prize included. You get a free ass whooping.
We famously have 18 million listeners, so I think we'll be able to track it down express.
Is that a real metric?
Well,
no,
maybe over time.
Yes. Yeah, maybe
you can make the numbers.
It is Spotify.
You can make the numbers say anything.
Spotify, we're getting 18 million followers.
Yeah, give us that. We need that Rogan money.
All right, so we got Ralph.
Bape. Ralph, Bape. Jeez. Good tangent.
Ralph, Bape. Man, this is a good question. Lon Von. I've always been when I first met Lucas, I went crazy, bro. Like I got a picture of him. At that time, I ain't asked nobody for pictures. Like and in that comfort space, and so Lon Von is definitely would be 3. 4 would be Eddie. Just you know.
What's your favorite Eddie era?
Definitely Dior. First Eddie Dior. Like you know, man, I remember buying my first Claw Mark jeans, and I was just like. You don't know what these are? Like everybody I'd go to, like, you don't know, like you see that fucking rip right there? That's a $700 rip right there. Yeah, that was different. Like that turned me into like a real obnoxious person.
Turned into a savage, dude.
Yeah, so I would say 4 is Eddie, and then 5. Man, to be honest, I'm gonna say Al Noir, yo. I'm gonna just put that because it was a time that
humble.
Like, I wore a lot of shit. We thought of a lot. I was able to get off a lot of looks like and things by telling Rob that I wanted to do stuff. And like, you know, Rob was genius. And I think Gone Noir is definitely one of my own. It was successful because we all loved it as much as consumers, as much as we would as owners. Like when you saw us, we were all wearing the brand. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And like
that's the approach James and I take when we make our merch. Yeah. It's the same thing.
Yeah,
for us, by us.
You guys are the only ones that wear it, not just
right. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
It also made for a minute there. It made New York Fashion Week actually exciting and like respectable. And then also, another thing that I think it kind of influenced is it brought a lot of and dangerous. It brought some energy and creative energy to LA. Right, like look at they're based on based in LA, right?
The LA look like Rob.
Yeah,
the LA look. That's what Rob was
like the new rap rock star shit.
Yeah, that was Rob's bro. Rob was doing that 2010. Was like, yo, I want, you know, and Eddie's one of his favorite designers as well. So
of course,
took a lot of that, like, you know, that those eras and replicated and wanted to perfect that. And I think like
there's a lineage there, right? Because even like Amiri is part of that.
Well, Amiri, I think
John Elliott.
Amiri perfected it. To be honest with you, like as much as I know you guys might not wear his stuff,
right. People hate because it's so perfectly one for one, right? No one's ever distilled it so perfectly, and I think that's what bothers some people. I mean, frankly,
yeah. No, I get that, and I respect that. But at the end of the day, it's like, to me, bro, like fashion will always have that like polarizing effect, and you got to respect both sides of it because I understand both of those sides. Like Amir, he's one of my favorite current designers. He's one of my favorite people and deserving. I think Mike is so deserving of his wins. And that's a big plus because I don't think a lot of designers now are. And, you know, I was early on his shit. I don't wear his shit as much anymore because, again, of that same problem. Like, yeah, I was early, but if I pop out in something now, what distinguishes me from Quavo? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Who's under the radar right now that you currently have your eye on? Not to give away all your secrets or anything, but you
mentioned
it's bubbling up right now.
T-brands, if you want to. That was
You're saying designers?
Yeah, or brands.
Yeah, designers, brands. Who's under the radar right now?
Ed Bravado is the next best designer. Ed Bravado, Murder Bravado, Who Decides War. Definitely Patriot, one of my favorites.
That's who makes the tea, right? You were saying?
Yeah, I mean they make a whole brand. Show me that. Yo, give me that bag. They make a gang of shit and they're fire. It's on the bike. Who else? I think what's that brand? Valet Lives, Valet Lives, where they do like those embroidered, like herringbone embroidered full sweaters. You haven't seen those?
No.
You guys do like references on this? You know, y'all don't have a chat reference on this?
There's a chat function on Zoom, but
ballet. You guys haven't seen this? I'll show you the sweater, and you'll be like, "Oh, I think I've seen this before."
Okay, maybe I have seen that before.
It's like these. It's kind of like this, like what I think it's called blanket embroidery.
Oh shit! Okay, yeah. There's a that's like a thing that people are doing.
Yeah,
like
really. I mean, they were a little early on it.
Embroidery, blanket style in like hoodies and jackets. Yeah, that's crazy.
They were a little early on. I think they're super sick. What else? Man, there's so much fire shit that I think is up and coming and like Justin War, man, my man Justin War, like his denim shit is coming. You guys seen those jeans I posted with the "fuck you" on the
the embroidery? Yeah,
like he has some fire shit
with the released hems.
Yeah, that's
right?
just like one thing that like one item in a big collection that he has that I think is fire. Who else? This kid. Gallery department, I think is.
Oh yeah, they're blowing up. I mean, gallery. He just had a whole profile in the New York Times.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah. So all those brands, I think, are the next wave. And then like beneath them, there's a bunch of young kids doing some fire shit that like I'll pop out soon. But those will be the starting five of the next generation.
All right, keep your eye out.
Do you like being like somebody who can put on, because that's the thing, right? This is a slippery slope of like influence, right? You don't want to like step out and look like fucking Quavo, but at the same time, you want to put on these young kids and give them a platform, fucking put some, dollars in their pockets. Like, how do you reconcile like that? Because at a certain point, it is like, damn.
Well, I mean, one of the things I deal with a lot is like, especially like going back to talking about like biting waves and people copying fits and whatnot. Like, no matter what, motherfuckers ain't gonna put it together like me. Period. Like,
fair.
Nobody's gonna like that, and that's our job as enthusiasts. Is like, if you have a piece or if you bought, like, I remember me and Gene always used to talk about Drees because Drees is one of my favorite brands and Drees is one of my favorite designers. He'd be number 6 on that list we were talking about. But me and Gene De Leon have the same affirmation for Drees, but we never look the same in any of the pieces. And
Gian never looks like anybody that's ever existed on the planet Earth.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, look at all the brands that he wears that we love. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That, how well can you distinguish? So, as far as like being cautious.
Personal style. What you're talking about.
Yeah. One of the things I do though is like, if it's an up and coming designer, like I might be wearing it outside a lot, but I'm not going to post it and tag yet because here's a little thing that like, I've been telling people the past year, publicly, because they've asked, is like, when you want to support something as an influencer, you want to post and you want to promote, like, you always get that, yo, bro, I'll send you a pack, post my shit. Yo, bro, I got, like, bro, listen, first of all, that is the worst type of marketing you can get. And let me tell you why. As an up-and-coming designer, you have no fucking idea what the spotlight can do to you. And depending on the attention that you get and from who, and if you fumble that bag, it can be clipped for you. So when an up-and-coming designer is like, yo, bro, all I need you to do is wear my shit. It's like, all right, let me ask you a question. Let's say I wear this shit, get a stupid fit off, tag you, comment, tag in the comments, repost in the stories, 5,000, 6,000 likes, going bonkers, and you get 400 orders overnight.
Can you fulfill? Yeah.
What happens? Then you become antisocial where it's like, yo, this motherfucker doesn't ship. Fuck him. I'm going to kill this bitch. He owes me 10 orders.
That's what happened with our boots. Our boots went too crazy.
Bro, that's a real thing. Yep. So it's like now as a designer, you're like, fuck, these customers, they don't take it. Like now you're on the offensive. Yeah, and it's like, yo, you're not even speaking the right language because
you need the slow build. You need the slow and steady build.
Listen, man, the light can crush you. You got to know when that spotlight is ready, bro. And I'm not saying mine, I'm just saying in general, because the problem is with influence and with real influence, and I hate the word influencer because I don't consider influencer, but at the end of the day, bro, the real influence is when somebody posts something or when somebody wears something, who does that network of people adhere to? So if I wear something, there's times where I'll pop something on and Pusha will call me like, yo, what's that? Send me that. Now you got a bigger spotlight. Or Balvin will call me and be like, yo, send me that. Now now you got 44 million.
Yeah.
Like, yo, so you don't know where your shit could sprout. So don't ask me, yo. Even my homies, like some of my friends be like, yo, why you don't wear my shit? And I was like, bro, you're not ready.
Right.
You're not ready. Like, get your shit right. And then like, I'm
get
trying
your
to
operation in order.
Game. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to give you free game. Like, get your shit together in every sense before you feel like you want to go promote. Promoting is the last part, bro. Get your house in order. You know what I mean?
Final piece.
What was the last brand that either Push or Balvin called you up and like, what was that? What is that? I need it. And did he put Push onto Loewe?
Not, I mean, me and Pusha put each other on everything, but that's one of the things about having somebody who, you know, our styles.
He's watching you.
They're not similar, but they have like they have a mimic in pieces, and I think that's one of our respects I love. Like when we're on tour, that's all we do is we go eat, we go shop, and then show, eat, shop, show, every city, and it's like, you know, hold on a second, I got a guest, y'all doing a podcast.
What up, Doug? Okay.
Doing a podcast. You good?
Hey, I sent you a text of numbers. Take a look at the numbers.
I'm going to look at them right now. It's Emery, y'all. Everybody say what's up to Emery.
What up?
Hello, Emery Jones. How are you, sir? Salute.
You working out?
I just finished boxing, so I'm going to get my drinks in, then I'm ready to do the animals for her.
All right, love. I'll hit you. Peace. Sorry about that. Y'all cut that out.
On horse.
No worries. We probably won't.
Nah, it's cool. But what we saying? We were talking about
who's the last brand? Or what was the last brand that you put on share Balvin onto?
Me and T will go back and forth. But I think the last thing he called me for to say he wanted was the Buteros, the Butero clear Japanese Italian sneakers. They're like, did you guys see those?
Yeah.
He called me. He's like, yo, what the fuck is that? I'm like, it's Butero. He's like, yes, give me a pair. So he never posted them, obviously, because sometimes he'll do it in the comments. And that's what I love about T is like, he'll be like, yo, like, I need these before anybody in the comments or like reply.
Right.
And so, but because what waves haven't we got from him? You know what I mean?
Sure.
That motherfucker started, you know, it's like him and he's part of that Pharrell nucleus that were like always ahead, always wearing, you know, always ahead of shit.
That's the center. That's the center of the universe.
Yeah, we got into JW and Loewe heavy around the same time. So we trade pieces. He'd call me and be like, yo, but one of the things that people, I want to rewind back to the credit thing.
Yeah.
The only thing I ever want credit for in fashion, like, and when I say credit, like the word credit, people credit, is the fact that, dog, I'm 3 times all of y'all size. All of y'all. I'm 4 times all of y'all size, bro. How can y'all compare when like, and that's a personal thing, right? Because I could be like, yo, you could lose weight, you could get skinny, you're gonna die. I was like, bro, as a human, like I'm 6'1", 250. Even if I lost weight and got in shape, I'd still be in the 220 range. Like, fam, you know how hard it is to get shit in my size?
Sure.
So why can't these NBA players dress well then?
Disability.
Bro, they just that shit just started.
Yeah.
Brands making NBA rapper fat trapper sizing. That's a now thing.
Trapper size drip.
Bro, because that's where it comes from. Just so y'all know, the streets is always the influence.
Right.
Always. The streets are always gonna be dope boys and real street motherfuckers always gonna be the influence. Period. And that shit trickles up into rappers into athletes into everybody, right?
Right.
Or however it go. But
that's the food chain.
Yeah, the street motherfuckers are always it. And that's where that comes from with me. And as far as, sizing, bro, I have Chanel menswear that's cut for me, like my size. Like in Paris at the Coutier, like cutting placket jackets. I have one Chanel piece. Like that shit, bro. Finding some of the shit I have in my size is definitely not easy. And I feel like that's the only thing I want credit for. It's like I compete with skinny motherfuckers and I'm fucking 5X in French.
You got the heart, dude. You have the heart. You're like the Rudy, dude. I'm a
9X in Euro sizing, man.
Can you even win, bro? How do you even wear Japanese brands? This
is what I'm trying to say. Like, damn, yeah. I've had my Visvim collection in 5. If I ever wanted to do Grailed or any of those other things, I'd be shitting on all the large. Like, you just click, I was like, I have all the filters, like click X and whatever. I just be all my shit because it's like, bro, all of that shit is shit that I've had to like, bro, it's so hard to get. And then on top of that, I got to get shit first, like early, and then it got to be the big size. So that's the only thing I want credit for in the future.
All right, all the big boys out there who are doing it right, you give your credit to Mike because he's the pioneer. But Mike, so not only like obviously adding more is important, like learning the new stuff, but it's also super important to learn when to subtract. And you tweeted today, Wednesday, October, I don't know, that you were not taking Jordan 1s into 2021 with you. What happened exactly that kind of ruined them for you?
I went on Twitter. Like, bro, it's just like...
The timeline fucked it up for you.
Yeah.
Yo, bro, how many fucking Jordan 1s can you drop?
What was it today? Like the silver, like a silver colorway?
Yeah, the women's silver toe.
That was the one that was just like really silver toe. It's like black toe, pink toe, athlete's foot. Like, when is the fucking green toe? When is the gangrene 1 dropping where it's like a see-through toe box and it's like, right. I can't, bro. I can't.
Too much.
And what's funny, and it's like
and this is coming from a man with what, thousands of Jordan 1s? I saw you on IG just like 2 weeks ago.
This is coming from a man who just put a Jordan 1, who's about to put a Jordan 1 into the market with J Balvin.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
Like, we have a shoe dropping soon. Like, it's a Jordan 1. But that was his dream and his choice and his thing. And I respect that. I can understand why he'd want to be the first Latino artist with a Jordan 1.
Right. And if you're gonna have it, and if you're gonna drop a Jordan 1, it might as well be significant, not just another whatever retro or new
personally color. Though, like even that shoe, like I'm honored. It's a blessing. I'm super it's super surreal that I had anything to do with the release of a Jordan. You know what I mean? Like at this point I've consulted for every footwear brand. Everyone
who pays the best.
I mean, Puma pays the best, but more so because what I get compensated for there also
do more work.
It also matches the level of power and access I have.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
like Emery could just
Nike may have given me a bigger check at one point, but I don't have no power there. It's like dealing with a machine that doesn't understand. Adidas is the same thing. Adidas is giving me multiple checks. I've even done an Under Armour consultation, and that shoe sold out. Steph Curry Luxe shoe concept. I mean, again, all of that to say that, like, as much of an honor it is, I'm still a consumer. So yeah, the shoe is right there. It's hallmark. I can't wait to wear it in 2024, 2023. But next year, bro, I'm off that, bro. I can't. If I see another fucking weird storyline, color mock-up description of a Jordan 1, I'm gonna off myself, bro.
What do you think about the fakes? What do you think of the replicas trend with dunks and with Jordan 1s?
I'm cool off those. I've always been cool off of like customs, and I don't.
This would be real.
I think I might have pushing it out of 1,500 pairs of sneakers that I own. I might have 5 customs.
Okay,
maybe
it's not for you.
Never caught my attention.
Custom replicas. If it's not the real thing, you don't care.
Shoes surgeon. That's Balvin and him, and that's the homie and everything. But I don't have any of that.
All right. Interesting.
What about you said the same thing? You said the same thing with Chrome Hearts. You're not taking Chrome Hearts with you next year.
Listen,
was it Drake? Did Drake ruin it for you?
Nah, it's everybody.
That's how he ruined it for me.
It's everybody, bro. It's like
it's cooked.
It's a fucking. It's not. Yo, and it was crazy. Here's the crazy shit about the Chrome aspect of it is that even in like the early phase, it's been dead for 2 years, but I was still pushing through because I was able to use that. You know that logic that fashion motherfuckers use, like, well, they don't got this one. Well, they don't got this. And you start using those little, well, mine actually has the hardware. Like last year I was telling motherfuckers, if your Chrome doesn't have any chrome on it, it's not Chrome Heart. It's like, if you have no hardware or no metal aside from that little button on your shit, it's not Chrome Heart. Like, my shit has chrome. It's like double zip. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can show you pieces that is the piece. But even that now is like, now it's like, how many fucking colors on the jeans? Like, yo, bro, shout to Clement, shout to Restart. Like, if I really wanted to do that,
you could do that.
Go crazy.
Even your non-chrome says chrome.
Listen, I'll go nuts. But at this point, only thing I do is the house goods. Because like I've been using, my house smells like Chrome Hearts incense for the last 5 years. You can ask Tito, you can ask Clement, you can ask anybody. I've been buying Chrome Hearts incense before they started making the candles and the smells. And what's crazy is most people don't even know that you could have bought it before because the only way to buy the incense from the stores is to buy the holder. You know that? Like there's a holder.
Oh, and it comes with it.
The only way to get the incense is to buy the holder first, and it comes with 10 sticks, and then you can buy the refills once your account has that you've bought the holder.
Right.
So you didn't have to buy a new holder every time. You're not the proud owner of like 100 Chrome Hearts incense.
But you have to. I have 3 holders, but they're small.
Entry.
Sure.
But you have to buy one. They won't sell you the sticks if your account doesn't.
What's it smell like?
What are the top notes?
Spicy rigatoni? What's the Chrome Heart scent?
It smells like the Chrome Heart, the Carbone
like
Yeah, but I can't recall it.
It's like that oud wood mixed with like there's like a sweet backdrop to like a burnt wood. It's sharp, but like that's all I burn in the crib. And, I still going to use the house things and the candles. And
do you have any ridiculous shit like a plunger or like a mouse trap?
I bought the bat and I never got cleared on it because I bought the ebony one. There's
what about the Birkenstocks?
Those are fire. There's a mad shit they make that's fire, but like I wanted house, but now I can't even, bro. Like,
so what are you gonna do?
Dude, now like
what are you gonna do with all
any guy's house? Say it again.
What are you gonna do with all your old shit, like all your old Chrome, once you get off any wave? Really,
well, I don't sell. And I mean, Lawrence knows I don't sell any of my clothes. Like,
I know.
Like, I remember Lawrence telling me I should do a Grail thing, and I was just like, "Yo, I don't do
why."
Shit. Like,
all
right, so how much?
If y'all saw my crib, like if y'all saw how much clothes I've had from 2004, still, I'm a hoarder, bro. Hoarder, it's bad.
You feel materialistic?
Say it again.
Are you materialistic?
Yeah.
I mean, we all are to some degree, but do you think like, are you like, yo, I might have a problem?
Yeah, I would say so.
Mike, how much money do you think you spent on clothing in your lifetime?
This has got to be an all-time record. We got to start asking people this question. Yours has got to be millions of dollars.
I can't put a number on it.
The current record for guests is $1 million. The current record for guests is $1 million.
I'm over.
You think it's He's over $1 million.
Yeah. I have one jacket that's 10 bands. I have multiples like that. Like I have, do the shoes. If you say shoes, I just recently moved. So I was able to finally consolidate, give away clothes. If I have 1,500 pairs of shoes, right? And let's say every shoe at box price is $120. What's that? That's just, you know what I'm saying?
Sean, do the math.
Yeah. Someone bring that up. That's a lot.
But I'm just saying, this is just shoes.
Right.
So never mind
retail. How
many pairs of $1,000 jeans do I have? I have at least 30 right now.
You have $180,000 retail sneakers at retail.
Just in Jordan 1s. That's just Jordan 1s.
180 just on shoes at retail. So
Right, not your Air Mags and all that shit.
You're 18.
I have shoes that are
You're 18% of the way there.
20,000, 15,000.
You have a crazy sneaker collection.
And then the jeans, like, look at jeans. I have over 200 pairs of jeans, easy. Like, not even counting in my head. Like, here, in this closet right here, I have 70 pairs.
You're in your jeans closet.
Within arm's reach.
And guess what? Right here, I'm counting with tag. Yo, pass me these jeans with tag. There's 3,000. Look, that's tagged. Yeah, bring me those. That's tagged.
He's talking on a jeans phone. Imagine a stack of money, but it's just
there
jeans. It's all
It's a block of denim.
This is almost $2,000 right here. Dior's with the tag.
Oh yeah, shit. Fuck. Yeah, the silver joints.
Bro, there's literally right here. There's $30,000 right here. Like,
Do you keep a storage unit, or is it all in the crib?
Yeah, for sure.
So if what's the fucking value? What's the insurance of that storage unit? It's got to be like,
it's well over $3 million.
All right.
Yeah,
I think we have your answer.
The insurance is $3 million. But like I said, clothes, bro, definitely over $1 million by far. There's there's pieces I have $10,000 retail, like.
And you hold on to, and the thing is that you hold on to it, right? You're like, it's all sentimental, or it's all like
I give away mad rando shit, like, pleasures and shit like that, like rando cool local shit,
civilian shit.
Yeah, I put all of that shit, but anything that I've like actually hunted for, looked for, went and got.
You know where everything is, by the way? You have it?
No.
I
don't know where anything is. That's why I wear the same 5 outfits every day.
You don't know where anything is. You need to inventory the whole fucking spread. You need
like in my head, y'all ever saw that meme that's like it's like you get that, it's like that stargaze look, and it's like when you think about where that one sweater is at 4 a.m, that's me every day at 4 p.m, 5 p.m. Like, yeah.
All the Johns that have lost their way.
Yeah,
Mike,
but the wildest shit, I think the worst thing I do is the fact that I have so much clothes unworn. That's my real problem, is that I keep buying shit before wearing new shit. So that pile that I'm pointing to, it's an entire, I would say, like sectional sofa from floor to about waist length of all brand new tagged clothes
that just are begging to be worn.
Bro, pass me this last 5 tag things. I just want to show you, because you did like, look, Loewe is tagged. That yellow.
Can we get a tag? Can we get a tag pop on Mike?
That Needles jacket's tagged. Yeah, look.
Can you pop a tag on something you're gonna wear tomorrow? Promise us you're gonna wear. What is this?
This is Loewe from Spain. I got this while I was in Spain.
Okay.
That was in January. That's tagged.
A little stripey.
Yeah.
Needles tagged.
Oh, that's nice. That's spicy. Wear that tomorrow. Just commit to wearing the Needles tomorrow. Oh, there it is. You just fucking popped it, dude. Hell yeah.
John, did that pick up on Mike?
New human made tag.
Nice.
I mean, bro, literally, it's like everything. He could just keep handing me shit like all day, like right there. Look, those gray pants right there at the bottom, tag.
Just yeah.
Look,
you should start an ASMR channel. Just
pass me that whole stack. Yo, this is a good one for you guys. How about this? No, how about this? Everything's tagged. Yeah, how about this?
You want
to talk about tags? Right, how many Needles pants do you need with tags? Hold on.
Velours.
Velour.
Leather.
Oh, the leather with the sparkly. Those are sick.
Burgundy.
Yeah, those are fire.
That's my color.
Purple.
That's my color.
Green.
Oh, I need the green.
All tags, dog.
The whole flock of mariposas.
Yo, dude. Wear full Needles fit tomorrow. Just for the boys. Do it for the boys, bro.
I got y'all. This was the bag from that Patriot brand I was telling you about.
Oh shit. Oh, it's like a Birkin.
Yeah, but it's made out of like flight jacket material.
It looks like ready-made. It looks like ready-made.
Yeah, it's like with that flight material, and then the inside is like that orange.
Ooh, dude.
Sick.
That's a big boy bag.
Yeah, shout to Shito in Japan, and shout to Patriot, man. If y'all watching this, go cop that new shit, man.
Mike, I want to talk about because let's get positive for a second. We talked about how rappers kind of like it's the trickle up right from like the dope boys to the rappers to the athletes to the civilians. But rappers, like there's a lot of rappers out there with bad style. Who are some rappers and musicians that, in your opinion, actually dress well?
That dress well?
Yeah, that dress good. And then we'll identify the evil motherfuckers.
Yeah, then we'll get to the main offenders.
Let's start Posy though.
Okay, rappers. I think Reese LaFleur.
Okay.
I think the best. I think Reese is one of the best dressed rappers currently. You're saying
Reese to me to come on this podcast because I think he heard his boy Guap Dad. Shout out Guap Dad.
Guap Dad was one of Fitz.
Yeah, hell yeah, bro. Shout out Guap.
Who's y'all most famous guest so far?
Jonah Hill. Yeah, and then
That's
you.
So fire, bro. The fact
Jonah
that he
Hill,
fucks with y'all now and y'all fanboy over him is like the biggest win ever, yo.
It's Jonah Hill, you, and then the guy from Vampire Weekend.
Yeah.
What's Vampire Weekend?
Exactly. That's why you're number two.
It's a cool band.
What's a band?
It's Sham's type of music.
Oh.
Yeah. It's for hipsters, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
What is he drinking? A Malta?
A Bud Heavy.
What is Sham drinking?
Budweiser.
They still make that bottle?
Yeah.
Bro, that's like
bro. Dude,
bro, that's like the
best label of all time.
Dad abuse bottle right there, bro.
Yeah, basically.
Like that bottle comes with ass whippings and like punishment, bro.
That's why I would like it.
And then chocolate to the dome piece.
Yeah.
Yo, yeah, Reese is definitely would be one of my top best dressed. I think Esri. I don't know if you guys know who Esri is. Everything Esri. I think Esri is one of the best dressed rappers. What were you saying, Cam? That I said? Oh, of course. Yeah, well, Push is not in the convo, right? Because he's not new.
No. It doesn't have to be new. It doesn't have to be new rappers. Just any rappers, any musicians.
I mean, Rocky is one, obviously. I think John Mayer.
The John Mayer himself.
Yeah, John Mayer, Reese, who
Push.
else, man? Nas. I think Nas, bro. Nas. Like, I think Nas doesn't get the credit. I think Nas dresses better than any ASAP member except Rocky.
I think Nas probably dresses the best, in my opinion, based on what I like, and I think what the listeners of our show, what they gravitate towards, I think. But is Nas even rapping? I guess that's the thing. It's like, I
don't know, but I would still give him like that artist. He's still an artist to me. You know what I mean? Still does all the like, even if
like Tyler. Do you fuck with Tyler style?
Tyler dresses. I fuck with Tyler style. Heavy. Who else? Man, it's slim pickings in that space though.
What about Shia LaBeouf? I know he's not a musician,
Pharrell.
What about Shia LaBeouf?
I like Shia's style for sure. I like his style a lot. Yeah, he's not. Yeah, but he's saying just in general not an artist. For sure. Pharrell is. I don't put Pharrell in any conversations though.
He's your. Is he the GOAT? Period. When it comes to,
I don't even think that's a discussion.
Okay.
I think he's God when it comes to this. When it comes to this life that we live right here,
right?
There would be none of this without P.
You must know because you work closely with him. What's his skincare routine?
The first thing is for sure he washes his face with ice cold water.
Okay. Closes the pores.
Because it closes the pores. Yeah, Naomi Campbell taught him that. He also uses, if I'm not Shishido face mask.
Like
Shishido peppers?
Damn.
No, Shishido, like the brand is a brand.
Shiseido.
Oh, sorry. I don't, I'm
All
New York,
good.
Bro. I don't fucking pronounce this correctly.
All good.
I still say Lowe.
Well, I thought the whole thing is that you and Push actually know how to pronounce it.
He does. I don't. I actually like looking like I don't know sometimes.
Yeah.
Right.
It helps you, honestly.
Feigning ignorance.
If you go to shop and you act like you don't know, it really helps you. Like when you're like, hey, let me get that Lowe piece off the thing, they're just like automatically dismiss you. And you don't have to deal with like, oh, so have you had this one? Like you don't have to deal with that at the store.
If you don't know,
ring me up. Just ring me the fuck up.
Just ring me up, bro.
Keep me pushing. I'm not here for a fucking conversation.
Not here for a long time.
Especially because you don't fucking know what you're selling me.
True. Also that.
All right. What musicians out there dress like absolute fucking butt?
but get credit maybe, because like there are a lot that everyone thinks is bad, but who are someone or multiple people that get love that you're like, this is garbage?
Who gets damn?
Like what do you think about Uzi? Like Uzi's polarizing. I think he's awesome, but
I could do without Uzi. I just think he's a hodgepodge. Like I like a lot of the pieces he wears, but to me it's overt. You know, it doesn't have any scheme to it. I don't know. I don't think I like Dirt, but I would say like I don't fuck with Cardi either. Really too crazy. I think Cardi's just like I think Cardi's my biggest anomaly when it comes to fanism. Like I don't get the Cardi thing yet. I have to.
Interesting.
It's bro. His fan base is crazy. Like if you look at the back end number, because I've had to put Cardi in like decks and projections and shit like that. The back end numbers of Cardi's fan base is
his engagement is wild.
Look at what, I mean, Mike, you're not a 15-year-old white kid that hates his mom. That's
right, for real.
No, but I mean,
whose parents love him very much.
Yo, but there has
fuck you, mom.
But there has to be a crossover. Like where I know it started through Rocky. I know I know that they're derivative of Rocky's following.
Sure,
but to me, like I just think to me, there's nothing that he brings to the table that I can't get from the source. You know what I mean? Like, first of all, I don't ever know anything that he's saying on the record, on any of the records. So
that's what the fuck is this baby saying on wax right now?
Yeah, it's odd. So yeah, I don't know. As far as like worse though, man, like I just feel like
I would just say for Cardi he put his birthday, like a birthday picture up. He got 75,000 comments of people wishing him happy birthday. Like nobody can do that.
But this is what I'm saying. Like
that's crazy.
That's an anomaly. Like how his shit is. He doesn't have nothing out. Like he doesn't put music out. He doesn't put videos out. He doesn't really post, and they're loyal to him. And like that shit's crazy. I respect it. I mean, I don't think he dresses anything special though. But as far as I just think I honestly I don't think any rappers dress well. I'm sorry. I know it's blanketed statement, but to me, if you're just mixing all designer and you're not trying to wear something, like if you guys look at my gram, specifically for the past year to 2 years, I've tried not to wear designer. Like if you go on my shit, I might mix one piece into it, but really I'm wearing a lot of regular shit.
It's just it's just too easy just to be like, you know how much this cost.
Yeah.
Like this
is because it's like one, even if I wore designer, somebody's out there is wearing all the same shit.
Right.
You know? And then two, it's like, are you really fresh if you can only get busy with outfits that are, you know, already have a perceived value to them? Right. Like me personally, I've always tried to be like, like I was doing just all general releases, like buying shoes that are just Foot Locker shoes that you can still get at Foot Locker for probably on sale. All of that shit, like to me, that's the real fresh. Like if you can wear shit that's
if you can freak that stuff.
Yeah, if you can mix that in and make that a part of like your look and really make it bang, then that's to me that's what's considered fresh. And shit, bro, for the last 2 years, I've been wearing Puma half the time.
Well, yo, I was gonna say one celebrity, one artist that you didn't mention as best dressed is that probably we all would have said this a few years ago, is Kanye. What went through your head though when Kanye said that all Puma designs are ugly when he tweeted that like a few weeks ago?
It was amazing. It was amazing because I know we hurting him. Like he's only saying that because we're a threat now. And we're taking a percentage of customers away from that volume street shoe that Adidas is trying to put out. And, you know, if we're making bullshit shoes, why are we even on your radar? Aren't you like, you're running for president, you're changing the world, starting a Christian organization, you're doing all of these things, but you have enough time to look at all of our designs and say our shit is trash. Now, I'm not going to sit here and advocate and say, yo, Puma's making the greatest shit. No, we're not. But first of all, we're a company that was not even in contention and conversation with the top 3 brands that we consider top 3 brands in footwear. Now we're beating projections and numbers of these companies. And although they're doing way more sales as far as volume is concerned, these brands have also had 10 and 15 years as hard. Now, Puma's also been around the game since the beginning of shoes, However, lifestyle aspect and life marketing, that shit didn't really restart until the Rihanna era.
Right.
Which was
that's a point
almost 10 years ago already.
That's a point I tried to make to Lawrence. I was like, Puma actually has been doing collaborations with designers and influencers and celebs that do resonate, whether it is like Rihanna or Solange or like Rude or like giving Jay-Z a fucking blank check and being like, do whatever you want. Like, do you think that the cosign or bringing in like culturally relevant people that Puma's doing it the best? Because obviously Nike has like Virgil and, you know, their whole roster.
Well, the thing is that they banked originally. Their main influx of interest came from bringing somebody like that, right? Bringing the Rihanna, the Creeper, and stuff like that. The problem is that like footwear is on a 6-month cycle. So no matter how fast or a shoe or product can adapt to the market and people can really, it can really resonate with people and people are gravitating towards it, there has to be a plan of strategy for the following 2 or 3 years. So I think one of the things that Puma did to try to catch up was like draw attention from signing partnerships with, we have the best basketball roster, obviously, under Jay with Puma Hoops, and we're killing it with Puma Hoops. And, you know, Rude and Luigi and Kid Super and Helly Hansen and all of these collabs that we try to bring in are definitely to try to help us retain and keep the attention of the youth while we're trying to develop more SKUs and more styles. But it takes time. Like, we don't have a, you know, 50-year archive of lifestyle shoes to go on retro every year in different colors and different fabrications. And, you know, the thing about people trying to compete with Nike is like, it's Nike, bro. You can't compete with Nike. They're always going to be the behemoth. They're too far ahead number-wise to be in contention with any of the others. We can compete with Adidas because we feel like, you know, Adidas was also quiet, then caught their run and then became a powerhouse with the helps of Pharrell and Pusha and Kanye and whatever it be, Sean. But as we can see, like, nobody's wearing, like, y'all not wearing no GR Adidas.
No.
Like, y'all not wearing Yeezys. I haven't worn Yeezys in 4 years.
As J. Cole Pumas, though, whew, watch out.
But I'm just saying, all of those things lead into the conversation of like, yo, give us some time to get the infrastructure to build out a PLM side where we can make more SKUs, more styles, and give us the same opportunity. You know what I mean?
All that the fancy shit is in service of then like having an inline thing like I had to look this up, but the RSX, that joint. Just like everywhere. I see that as much as I fucking see Yeezys, to be completely frank.
And that's why he said that. So when he's saying that, it's like, bro, why are you worried about us? Like, go do what you doing. Like, you worried about little old Puma and you going, yeah, Puma designs garbage. Like, obviously some had a hit for you to see the shit. Somebody in your circle, somebody wherever you go in Calabasas was wearing Puma because you're not Googling RSXs.
Right.
You're fucking Googling James Terrell lighting. There is no fucking crossover there.
Yeah.
So don't tell me that all Puma designs are trash. How do you know that, Kanye? Oh, because somebody in your circle popped up with some RSX Cube and you're like, fuck is that? And then you probably went on and did your research. It was like, damn, all these styles kind of look like derivatives of this style. They all whack. Or however he feels. Me personally, I wouldn't fucking mow my lawn in a Yeezy shoe. In any of the ones. But that's me. Sure. I don't think none of that shit. I don't think nothing Adidas has dropped in as of recent is fire. None of it. The last fire shoe I think they dropped was the Young One, which I think is Flames. But they motherfuckers on streak too. Like, that shit ain't fire.
Mm. Well, Mike, we know that you don't play games, except when you actually, in fact, play games. You're a fucking professional gamer now, which is insane. You get paid to fucking game. Chuck here, Charlie, he's actually trying to, he just built out a $2,000 rig that he paid for. He paid for half of it by eating 24 hot dogs in 12 hours, and that we now owe him $1,000. Chuck, please invoice us.
Yeah.
Lindsay Gladiator.
What advice would you give to Chuck about becoming a pro gamer and fucking getting his Twitch numbers up?
Well, I'm not a pro gamer, but I've always liked, just back in, played the regular 5 games that every, hot-blooded American male should be playing. Call of Duty, 2K, FIFA, Madden, I play the norms.
Play the hits.
Yeah, Cam has been demolishing me in FIFA every day, like 3-0 every day, 4-0 every day. It's pretty embarrassing.
On the pitch, mate.
I play that shit just past time, especially during coronavirus. I was able to hop on a little bit more. But me and Pusha had partnered and bought a gaming franchise, a team and a gaming franchise almost 3 years, 2.5, almost 3 years ago now. And, we wanted to develop better synergies between gaming and urban youth culture and people of color, which is a big part of gaming. Like the gaming industry is such a huge industry. It's a culture leading industry. Numbers, sales, viewership, all of the impressions of gaming are far beyond any other platform that you can think of, and there's no inclusion. Very few people of color in the industry. So that's something we wanted to change. As far as Chuck becoming a pro gamer, one, he's halfway there because it looks like all he does is stay inside. No tan whatsoever, no sunlight. And that's step one to being that great at gaming. Two, I think your content, bro. I think Chuck is hilarious, first of all, and he needs to be streaming and making that same type of jokes. And three, he needs to merge his marijuana connoisseurship with his gaming. If he can backwood infused clip, I think he has a shot at really busting that whole thing wide open for the culture. You know what I mean?
Who's better at 2K, you or Pusha?
By far, me. Pusha is a visionary, but he's like 106 in like years. Like when his age when it comes to like tech and stuff
He's
like that.
Boomer.
His mind is 19, but he's 105 in application. Like he's got
too much
types like this.
He's got arthritis in his wrist, from that stove work.
That's what it is. That's what it is. It is. Because I swear to God, next time if you guys ever see Push in person, just ask him if you have ask him to type for you. He's gonna he writes his emails like this. It's crazy.
He puts the whole email message in the subject line.
Yeah. It's nuts. It's nuts. It's crazy how old he is.
What about are you just smoking Logic anytime you guys go head to head?
Nah, Logic is an animal. Logic is I think Logic is a better gamer than he's a rapper. And that's a lot.
He's a nerd.
He's a fucking Grammy award-winning artist, but he might be a better gamer. And he's also obviously nerd. He's also a part of the Chaos ownership group and visionary, super smart guy. Him and his management team. Shout out to Chris Saru and the whole Chaos family. But like he's definitely the one on our conversation that leads the conversation as far as gaming is concerned in the ownership group.
Right.
Me and T had more of the lifestyle aspect, but we're probably gonna get smoked if we join anything like tournaments or anything like that.
Well, yo, you gotta hop on with Chuck, whether it's him playing Call of Duty or him doing another 24 and 24 challenge. Just hop on Chuck's Twitch.
24 and 24 challenge. I feel like I'm gonna stay away from the Glizzy Gladiator. But
you're more of a gourmand. You're more of a gourmand. You're the hood Anthony Bourdain. Can you tell people how you got that nickname?
Yeah, here we go.
The hood Anthony Bourdain came from when we were doing TACMA with Jeffrey Schottenstein and Duck and Danny Victor and all those guys. We were just like, I was at the peak level of restaurateurship. Like, I was like fucking Zagat. I was like the fucking Street Fighter Zagat meets the fucking Zagat of food service, whipping ass at every table near you.
Michelin
like
bars.
Fucking Yelp reviews were looking fucking Source 5 Mike-esque at the time. And I'm from the hood, bro. Like I grew up on fucking half a chicken fried rice from Yankees Garden on 101 Avenue and chopped cheeses and shit like that. So, but my mom always made sure like we definitely ate a broader palate at the crib. Like, I'm Colombian, so most, I guess you say, middle to low income households in Spanish speaking countries, a lot of rice, beans, and meat paws. Like, but my mom would always make, some left field shit and open my eyes to like, eating fucking cream of broccoli at a really young age, or fucking souffles at a really young age, or fucking katsu, you know. So when I first started getting like the money to actually eat out, to be honest, I don't know how to cook. So I eat out every meal since the past life. Like
forever.
Yeah, forever. And I lived alone when I was.
Can you cook anything? Can you cook anything? Cereal?
Jail food. Yeah, I can make a
fire
hookup.
ramen.
Call it a hookup. I can make the hookup. I can make like a Jack Mac mac and cheese. I can make a Dorito burrito. You know, all jail food.
Right. But as far as cooking in a non-jail
don't
cell,
even turn my stove on.
Okay.
I think you did an IG story. You did an IG story once where you tried to cook and you're like, how the fuck do I turn this like $1,000 stovetop on? I don't even know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know how to. I know that the burner. The one thing is when I was a kid, like the thing is click, 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 and then fire go on. My stove don't do the click click, so I don't know if you're supposed to
electric.
Just do the whole. I don't know, but at the end of the day, I don't know how to cook anything.
Don't burn down your place, please.
Yeah, I don't know how to cook anything, and I just like eating. I like eating at restaurants. And when we were traveling for Au Noir, we'd be all over the place in every city. And I'm always posting food and always trying to put people onto dope spots. And then Danny and Duck were just like, man, you're like Anthony Bourdain, but for ghetto people. Like, because half that time in my following, half of my following was like, half of it was fashion kids and the other half was drug dealers. So like I'd get dope boys like, yo, I want to
dichotomy of men.
I want to take this bottle service girl to a restaurant. Which is the restaurant? I take her to da 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 da. You know what I mean? So that's where the hood Anthony Bourdain came from. I've helped a lot of people broaden their palate. Like even Cam. Cam is from my neighborhood, by the way. My right hand, my GM, my assistant, the guy that runs my life, he's from my neighborhood and he grew up around me. And when we first started going out, bro, this guy didn't eat anything. Like, he's like, yo, steak, mashed potatoes, pasta, like it was the kids menu always, bro. Like
chicken fingers
at fucking Cipriani, bro. Like whatever.
And I was like, let me get the venison tartare.
Yeah. Now he's like, yo, let me get fucking razor clams, a little oreganata. Like he's filled out. And I think that's a big part. It was like the big part of the hood Anthony Bourdain thing is like being aware that even if you still kind of timid about trying new foods and new things, like there's a lot out there and you can still enjoy your chopped cheese and still enjoy your chicken wings and fried rice. But yo, go try some fucking oysters or some.
This is what Chuck did with us at Balthazar, trying a variety, a menagerie of
first ever seafood tower. First ever bivalve was with us. First ever octopus was with us.
Yep.
Right? First ever raw.
Chuck, man. Let me know when you want me to take you to an experience, man.
Well, so Mike, that's the thing, right? Whenever we have a podcast win, and there's a lot of them at this point because we are the undefeated Throwing Fit Squadron, we like to go out and celebrate with a big meal on the two dads, myself and James. Let's say
on the Borpit Bard.
Yeah, let's say we were going to go out with you and we're going to throw it on the card. Where are you taking us? Where are we going? All five of us.
I mean, my go-to, you already know. Everybody here know my go-to.
Mr. Chow?
Yeah.
Nobu. Immediacy. Like
expeditiously.
Me and Chef Matsuhisa, man, we like this, man. Listen, I got Nobu to wear Puma again. Holla at me.
You have I know Steven Victor has the Matsuhisa merch. Are you lucky enough to be on that level?
I mean, listen, first of all, Steven Victor doesn't hold a candle to my Nobu reputation. He can't DM Chef Nobu about sneakers.
There you go.
Hold on.
Matsuhisa-sama.
Hold on.
Oh, he's typing?
No, I got to show y'all this. Nothing Chef Nobu and his RSXs.
Oh, shit. Yeah, there you go. You ain't seen
Matsuhisa the god.
Yeezys.
Yeah, me and Chef Nobu like this. And I had a conversation with the staff at Matsuhisa to do some limited edition, for me to design some limited edition merch. So
fingers crossed.
Stay tuned. I don't wear merch out.
So when you take Cam out, you're picking up the check, right?
Nah, we split. It depends. It always like Yes, I take the check for the most part of the time, but
because I was gonna say I want to go out to eat with you, and I want you to handle the spread at Nobu, but then I also want you to pick up.
J Balvin meals on us, but if we go to Nobu,
yeah, we got you. I got you for a fucking Big Mac and an Oreo McFlurry. Well, that's on J Balvin. The McFlurry's on J Balvin.
The McFlurry's on Balvin.
Yeah. So
all right, Mike.
Okay.
So the five of us get a table at Nobu. What's the order?
Oh yeah,
you're leading. What's the order?
Oh, here we go.
We get that miso black top.
The full spread? The full spread. Top to bottom. All right. We're going to start off. We're going to start yellowtail sashimi, crispy rice, spicy tuna, umami wings, chimichurri cubes. We're definitely going to do the dry miso cod lettuce wraps. Out the gate, I'm going 10 orders of baked king crab hand rolls. That way it's 2 for each of us. Okay? That right there alone, by the way, those are $68 per roll.
Right.
I'm not joking.
Right.
A real number right there. Okay? So we're doing 10 baked king crab hand rolls in soy paper. Main courses, we're bringing out blackened cod. We're definitely bringing out the lemon shishito lobster salad. Wagyu tacos, lobster tacos, and then just to sprinkle a little pizzazz in there, I'm gonna add the Brazilian bass.
Okay,
all right. That's a left fielder, but I think you guys should all try that.
Just love to. That sounds like a great
sauce. Insane.
What are we sipping on, by the way?
What are we drinking and what are we eating?
I always do Calpico lychee and then maybe do a shot before I leave to get a little buzz before that good blunt hit. Also, if you've never smoked a blunt in Nobu, don't talk to me about Nobu ever. Don't ever talk to me about, I could get a table. I'm good in Malibu. If you've never smoked marijuana inside the confines of a Nobu restaurant, don't speak to me about power there, okay? Back to the order. Mochi, strawberry chocolate and green tea or matcha mochi for the dessert. And Apple Pay that machine on the bill and skate up out of there.
Like that.
And I got my card on file. I don't got to tap, but that's the order right there.
Right. Okay.
Would that be your last meal on Earth? What would your last meal on Earth be?
Oof. Nobody's asked me that before.
Wow. That's a Pulitzer Prize winning question. Yeah. Death row meal.
It wouldn't be my last meal. As much as I love Nobu. My last meal would be what they call bandeja paisa. I'm Colombian. And our national dish is this thing called the bandeja paisa, which is a plate just filled with food of all. It's right. Okay, so it's rice, beans, avocado, plantain, pork rind, steak, a corn cake, which is called an arepa. It's a corn cake. And chorizo, which is like a Colombian sausage. Yeah.
Where's the best spot to get that in New York? Because I'm headed there right now.
Sounds so good.
Queens. Yeah, it's bro. Just Google bandeja paisa and look how much stuff is on one plate. Okay, it's nuts. The best place to get one is Queens. For you guys, meaning intermediary,
yes,
more fair skin, melanin missing males.
You can say crackers. You can say cracker. It's cool.
Just go to this place called Pollos Marios in Queens.
Pollos Marias.
Yeah.
Pollos Marios. Yeah. In on Northern, they'll take good care of you. Bandeja paisa, crazy. That would be my last meal because, it's my home shit. I grew up
sentimental.
Sentimental, yeah.
Beautiful shit. Sounds delicious.
Yeah. Getting one of those expeditiously. Just today, your IG story was filled with just like rare fucking snacks flown in from around the world. And we know that it's like with like Munch Pack or Munch Box or whatever. And those are your guys.
They're one of my suppliers, but I do have a plethora of sources.
You're more plugged than Con Ed. Is exotic snack flexing the new John's flexing? Because this is like,
I'll let y'all tell it. How many guys have you started seeing pop up with rare sodas and snacks in the past year? I've been doing it for 3. Munch Pack has given me a subscription. I've been on a subscription with Munch Pack for 2, but prior to that, I was getting, Japan Crate. Shout out to my man JD from Exotic Pop. Shout out to JD. He was the first one to send me 3 years ago, sending me shit from fucking Austria and all these other rare sodas.
Yeah.
There's a lot of exotic shops now, right? Because just like with the smoke shops, like there's obviously a market for it. Is the sodas? Because the sodas I definitely saw like first as a thing. Was that for people looking for like rare shit to mix with lean? Is that where that came from?
Yeah,
like crazy cream sodas and stuff. Yeah,
the exotic soda thing got popular because of the lean. The
lean
snack,
sippers.
the exotic snack thing became popular because of me. You're welcome.
What are the best exotic snacks you've had recently that like jump out that people should try to track down? Anything?
Lemon pepper pizza sticks from Italy.
Okay.
Not from Atlanta?
Lemon pepper.
Crazy. The fucking Pokemon cheesecake cookie from Japan. It's a little Pokemon. It's a Pikachu, double-sided. You know what it tastes like? You guys remember the wrestling WWF wafer?
Yes.
Chocolate?
Yes. With
like
the cookies.
It was a cookie on one side and chocolate on the side, and it had your favorite wrestler.
And you got a playing card. You got like a card from the truck.
Okay. This Pokemon thing tastes like that, sans the ice cream.
Damn.
Okay. What else? Oh, fucking German sour powers. Crazy. I don't know.
Straws? The straws?
Yeah, but they're putting they're definitely putting some illegal grade sour, like whatever the powder is for the.
It's dusted with PCP.
Bro, that shit has to be some uranium. Like it has to be.
What are the flavors? Is it different flavors?
I don't speak German, boy. It's like kocht. It's like there's definitely a lot of, the umlauts in the thing.
Right.
A lot of umlauts in the wording. So
a lot of umlauts.
I don't know what the flavors are.
Yo, I mean, I guess the next obvious question, Mike, is like, how come you don't have a food show? Was going to be my question, but it really is like, how come you don't actually have a sneaker show? Like, with some IP taken from you or something? I don't have any
shows or any press or any podcasts, bro, because this shit all started for me trying to change my life, the life of those around me, and then educate people how to get into shit that they didn't know existed. Bro, when I was in the streets and I was fucking spending my entire life educating myself about the stuff that I loved in fashion and clothes, nobody ever told me that there was positions for me in this industry, which is why I ended up doing what I did. If I would have known that I could have been making $180,000 a year being a merchandising manager or a fucking product line manager for fucking socks, making $200,000 a year, I would have never sold dope, bro. Like, if I would have known that there was so many positions available in this industry, I would have never went down the wrong path. And luckily I was able to circumvent the end strategy. It's like in that life, there's only two endings: it's jail or death. And I got the lesser of two evils, and I was was able to change my life. But kids that I speak to now, bro, I started a class in the Bronx at a satellite school, and I was teaching this class for 2 years, and I developed a curriculum to teach these kids. Like, these kids don't even know what a designer, like an actual graphic designer, is.
Right.
Like, these kids are like, the only way to get into fashion is if you draw, own a store, or like, that's it. There's only like 3 ways to be in fashion, when you guys know that there's a million different jobs in this industry. And that's why I started doing this. I didn't want the spotlight on me. I didn't want it to be about me. And like, I think that if I start making the attention about me or making shows, or bro, it's the reason I don't make, how much fucking merch I could sell right now if I wanted to, bro? Like, these hats were $80. The wool one was $80, and we sold out in less than 4 minutes. We sold, how many hats was it? It was like 500 hats.
Damn.
Like, the fucking the network episode hadn't even gone live, and we were sold out of the initial stock in 90 seconds, and we sold 500 hats in less than 4 minutes. I can sell merch all day, but then, am I using my followers as a commerce platform, or am I trying to educate and like speak to them and hear from them,
Sure.
Get the conversation back and forth with these kids. And like, I don't want to water that down by putting my following and expecting something from them. So I stay away from all of that singular shit. Like,
I was mainly just asking about the time Complex stole your sneaker show idea. And then it got all heartwarming with the kids.
They stole a bunch of my ideas. They stole 4 or 5 of my ideas, like literally, like ripped one for one. Like that Karen Civil show that they had, that was my idea. I actually went in there and pitched a version of that show for myself and Curtains, and then they turned it down twice because of the money that I wanted. And then 2 years later, they did it with Karen Civil in a very low quality. And Karen Civil is like the highest of our culture. How can you not pay her the respect to give her the production value, right? But yeah, I mean, like people ask me all the time, like I dabble with the idea, like me and John Wexler had a bet. He was like, yo, if you get, I can't remember, it was like 2,000 comments on this post, you have to start a podcast. I was like, all right, let's do it. 2,000. I was like, there's no way I'm going to get 2,000 comments on this shit. It was like 2,000 comments was like 45 minutes.
It was like Playboy Cardi's birthday, bro. Your comments were going fucking crazy.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, man, the reason I don't do singular shit, man, is because I don't want the singular accolades. I'm trying to put the company forward.
Long term.
I'm trying to put the movement forward. I'm trying to open doors for people around me.
Well, let's talk about the company. Let's talk about the company for a second. Perfect segue into our second topic, which is money.
Ka-ching.
You mentioned, stock designer makes 200 bands of merchandise or 180. How much money do you make?
Yeah.
Wow, Mike, you're speechless.
Yeah, the one time he's speechless.
I tell you one thing. I don't make even a quarter of what I do because I ain't a sucker. If I would have, let me tell you one thing. I would have been a multimillionaire right now, and y'all wouldn't have been able to even talk to me because I would have been in the Maldives. If I would have, if I would have been down to do sucker shit for a check.
Right.
I've had plenty of one-off. Yo, here's a $5 million deal with a bunch of fuck shit that I didn't believe in that I turned down. It's hard to turn down that money, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
It's hard, especially when you want the shit I want and you want the comforts for your family that I want. Like, I don't want my sister and my brother-in-law. I don't want my nephews. Like, I want them to live good, bro. And it's like, I've turned down a lot of money. And even now, like, yo, bro, as an agency, we still struggle. Like, yeah, I live good and I can afford to live how I want to live, but it's not where we should be, and we still have to struggle in certain areas financially, even during coronavirus. We did pretty good. It was a pretty good year for us business-wise, but you have to cut corners and be smart financially. However, I don't have a fraction of what I think I should have at this point, but it's because I went about things the right way. So it's a longer haul for me, and I'm cool with that. But
that's the hardest part. Is that
I live comfortably. I'm not, I'm not worried about any.
The Bentley is normally clean. I will say the Bentley is normally washed and primed.
Is there
5% of the time the Bentley is fresh out the wash?
Is there a number that you would ever be satisfied at, and what would that be for like personal? I'm
gonna be honest with you. Stream? I've had this conversation before. There's no number, honestly. The number is the comfort level. Like, I'm okay in the money chase when I can do whatever I want with no consequences, and all the people around me can do whatever they want with no consequences.
Like you could shoot a guy in the middle of Fifth Avenue like Donald Trump.
Kind of, but more so like if I wake up and I just want to be like, yo, let's all go to Puerto Rico for the week. Let's PJ, everybody PJ, out there. I've secluded me and my friends after multiple screenings and health screenings to a private island. Normal for a weekend.
Inner circle.
Yeah.
That's what I want, So whatever money that is, where like my nephew could be like, yo, I want to go to this college, and I'm just like, yeah, go,
done. Say less. Yeah.
Yo, Yale, name this the Upscale Vandal wing, and then accept my nephew for scholarship.
The Upscale Vandal Library.
That's
for
what
distinguished
I want,
gentlemen.
I want that. It's funny because I just spoke to a class at SMU, a fashion class, and at Southern Methodist, and I was like, yeah, I wonder if like we build this relationship. Can I go down to Texas and have like my own seminar at this college?
Why not?
Start an honorary doctorate in fucking
I want to start working. I want to start working towards my honorary fucking Harvard Business School. Yeah, I want to be the Swiss Beats of the fucking
of the Johns game.
Yeah, the Johns game. Yeah.
All right. Well, besides lavish meals, Johns and clothes that you never wear, and cleaning your Bentley, what else do you like to spend your money on?
Are we missing anything? You said your family
and the highest quality gas.
As of recent right now, it's been home goods, man. I've been like, bro, like the furniture and shit that I'm looking at recently is like, fuck.
What is it like? Is it like a certain time period or certain like design aesthetic?
Yeah.
No, I'm not looking at like Lamont Papiel sofas or anything like that. But it's more so just like rare shit. Like I was looking, I want to buy that Chanel surfboard for my apartment. Like I have all the Dior bikes, so I figured like do this like designer sports theme thing where you know what I mean. Like so, like just looking at shit like that. And I also try to like also buy for the folks, like my fam. I try to spend bread on them, and in a circle. But really, that's the main things is food,
Rip.
Johns, and the bent.
All right, Mike, let's get into the real meaning of life, which is meats and cheeks, sucking and fucking.
I was curious about this topic. Like, I
Sex and dating.
You put out some wild threads of advice on Twitter that I think do have some value for sure. And like the engagement with them are always incredible, but it always kind of makes me wonder, Upscale, when I see these is my question is, have you ever been in love?
Not in the sense that you guys would say, like, that's in love.
Okay.
Like, I know Lawrence, like, be caked the fuck up crazy. You can tell by his fucking array of sunflower hats. So proudly.
My wife's hat collection behind me. I am absolutely in love. Yes.
Yeah. No, listen, like, nah. I mean, in the general context of what like people say is love, like where you're head over heels and you can't live without this person, like, unfortunately, I've yet to experience that level. But I have loved a lot of women, you know, and when I say loved, I mean, I'm saying the full wholehearted sense, like,
sure.
There's women that have been in my life, that are still in my life, that although we're not together, can always call me, will, you know, always have access to me. I'll always be there for, and vice versa. And they're always there for me. And I feel like that's the real, you know, form of love where it's unconditional. It doesn't have to be that you're in a relationship to have that same mutual respect and admiration for each other.
But their hats will never grace your walls.
Yeah, right. You'll never have
brunch hats will never be.
Never have the joy of cohabitating.
I have twice. Well, I have twice. I just don't know if that's like in the cards for me anymore.
Can you explain your Valentine's Day tradition?
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of the reasons is because I don't believe in like I don't believe in the pre-packaging of love and relationships. Like, I feel like now, like we've been conditioned to understand the connection between you and a woman, or you and whatever your significant other is, your boyfriend, girlfriend, you know, whatever sexual preference you have. We've been conditioned to follow a system that was developed in archaic times.
Right. Everything
else has evolved except the way we look at love and relationships and marriage. And there is some nuances, you know, there are some new things like, you know, polygamy and like polygamy is forever, but now that it's become polyamory.
Polygamy is forever. Love's not forever. Polygamy is forever.
No, I'm just saying, like, polygamy's been around forever, but now the acceptance of it in public lifestyle and things like that are becoming a little bit more prevalent. And like, I think that there's not been enough evolution. Like, why hasn't Kanye jumped on the we need to redesign love factor yet? You know what I'm saying? Like,
he's too busy pocket watching Puma. That's why.
Fuck boy, like, get off my dick. Like,
wait, but, to be clear, Mike, on Valentine's Day, as is tradition, you publicly buy flowers and chocolate and then 360-degree tomahawk slam dunk them into a trash can.
Immediately after purchase. No airtime or holding from, I try to find the nearest garbage outside of legal, like the legal space in the store to throw it away.
I mean,
not to litter.
I don't believe in love. I don't believe in commerce over love. Valentine's Day,
I applaud that.
Marketing tool, bro. It's like,
it's fake.
If that's your girl and you're gonna buy her, like, yeah, make her feel extra special on the 14th, but make, like, bro, show that effort every day or every week or at least once a month.
Yeah.
Don't hit me with the like, dude, Lawrence. Lawrence is out here doing a fucking blog every day with half a fucking Zara in his or whatever, you know, no disrespect, whatever she wears in his background. That's love.
Yeah.
That's love to me. You know what I'm saying?
Basing yourself,
to me, love
like
is
Lawrence
not,
does.
100%.
To me, love is not, yo, I remember you on this day and that day, and then the other days I'm knocking down your homegirl. Like, that shit is fluff to me, bro. Like, to me, it's all about restructuring and taking away the conditional barriers of like, yo, yeah, we've been dating for 7 months. Now we're going to move in for a year and a half. Right. Now in 2 years, we expect that engagement. Like, dog, that shit to me is archaic, is dead. It's not. Well, let me ask you a question. This is the question I pose to every female that I have this conversation with. Out of all of you guys, I'll start with Lawrence because he's the only married one, right?
Thank you.
Lawrence.
Sure.
Your parents, are they together?
Yes.
Okay, they're happily married, right?
Yes.
Do you by any, I know this is a weird topic, but do you ever
think it's gonna be good, I'm sure.
Either of your parents were ever unfaithful to each other?
Do I know that?
Do you think that?
Oh, no.
No, you don't think either of them ever cheated on each other?
Absolutely not.
Do you think that they would have stayed together if your mom could have DM'd fucking Rico Suave? Or if your dad could have DM'd fucking Bo Derek back in the day? You think they would have been together still?
I have no idea.
What's up, bro?
The times are different, is what you're saying.
How are we using the platform that grandparent when they're like, bro, I know my mom would have fucking been in goddamn fucking Mark Anthony's DMs. not the GQ guy to
Mark
sing
Anthony Green. No,
2 seconds. Like,
yeah.
You know, like, bro, it's a different time, and we've not adapted our thoughts of love. So,
well, one thing that has stayed consistent regardless is the first date. And I know you've been on 1 or 2 in your time. Can you please walk us through what it is like on a first date with Upscale, Vin?
Yeah, walk us through this.
I mean,
is it the same noble order?
It's always different. You know, it's always different because I always try to adhere whatever date it is to the woman I'm seeing and her background. And, you know, my main thing with women, man, and I think that, like, it's been the reason why if you ask the female community about me, I'm still in high good graces, because you won't ever hear any, like, wild allegations or anything. That's, like, honestly, no funny shit. Considering whatever the public figure verification shit that comes with the social media aspect of my life, that bullshit that comes, the one proud thing I have is that nobody could ever look at my track record in life, ever, in any capacity, and ever say I've ever disrespected, abused, offended, physically, sexually, emotionally, any of those things to a woman. I was raised by 2 women. So my love and respect for women is way outside of the norm. Unconditionally, like, period. So, you know, definitely the reason I'm held in high graces by that community is because I try to approach every woman individually the way that they are and, like, their uniqueness, but I also always try to elevate a woman. My goal is if I like a woman, if I'm attracted to a woman, the only way we could work is if we're elevating each other, but more so I could learn from you and you can learn from me. And, like, that's my first goal on a date. Like, even first date is like, let me try to show you something you haven't seen before. Let me try to teach you something you haven't done before.
But it's not to show off.
Let me order these 10.
It's not like 10
because half the time it don't got to be no fly shit.
Right.
You know, it could just be even if I use the access I may have to some.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, you know, before the vessel opened, I went on a first date to the vessel and I had exclusive access, and, you know, that was just
the Hudson Yards, the shawarma.
Hudson Yards vessel. Yeah, that was just like a walk around. It wasn't nothing crazy. We didn't spend no money. We went to go eat at a spot she had never been to, and then I showed her something that was in the middle of development that everybody had heard of and nobody had seen yet, and she was the first one there. And that's, like, something she'll always remember. Like, y'all was the first person that's not a construction worker or a developer to touch that ground. You know what I'm saying?
So that was a success. That was a successful night, I'm sure.
It depends on what you call successful nights, but yeah, I mean, It was fun.
Yeah, all right.
So you put as much thought into the dating as you do, like, you know, anything like the fits, the business, everything
bro.
else.
Yeah, because the thing is this, like, I get my mind, you know, is it works. Like, so I was born with a learning disability, but that's because I was misdiagnosed with ADHD when I was young. Like, I had to do a citywide assessment because I used to get in wild trouble as a kid. And it was because I wasn't really being challenged in school. I have a high IQ, and I didn't realize that I was what they call an AV learner, which is like audio-visual learner. And my brain works in a different way than most people's brain works. So, like, I can process information in a different way than most people process information. Now, that being said, it also gave me a strong, like, deficiency in emotional capacity. Like, my emotional range is real low. Like, for example, you know, like, I don't have a relationship with my mother. You know what I'm saying? Me and my mom don't really have a close relationship anymore. And that's, like, something that's uncommon. Even people that don't have close relationship, like, they have some type of parental figure. I have a really close relationship with my sister's like my mother. But, like, that emotional range has kind of put things into perspective to me with women. And my brain moves so quickly that, like, I wouldn't say I get bored easily, but, like, I need to be stimulated consistently to like engage with you. So, like, that whole, hey, how you doing? What'd you eat today? Like, y'all lose it. Like, I can't do that. Like I'm
It's
not
deeper
the
than that.
text every day to check on. Like that's not me.
You're not here for the chit chat, the small talk.
Never,
Not
bro. Like that's been the downfall of 70% of my relationships is that I don't communicate well enough. Like when we're not in person.
Well, we
Like,
got
What about with friends? Does that also affect other
I
like?
don't have friends. Oh yeah,
Okay, there you go.
I'm serious. I have
By design. You
I
have
have
no
bro. I have 8 friends, bro. Everybody, like you guys, we consider each other friends, but like,
yeah. We're
when
acquaintances.
have we ever had a meal together? Like we're not.
Not
I
yet.
fuck with y'all.
Yeah,
Like
we're about to hit Nobu.
I fuck with y'all heavy. Anything y'all ask me to pull up to, anything I know I could always count with y'all support. You know, but and we cool always A1, but we're not friends.
But on
like,
Thanksgiving, there's 8 people around your table. Is what
You
you're saying.
did. You did
You're
acknowledge
very-
me. You acknowledged me in Pusha T's Facebook live stream at that Samsung event where I was
listen,
drunk
first of all,
streaming
you
rap
guys-
album of the
you
year.
guys are legendary, bro. Like I love y'all, but again, you know what y'all consider friends and
Right.
people loosely consider friends is whatever it be. Me, I really have like 7 friends, and only like 3 of those 7 people are people that came in the past 10 years. Like I've
Big
known,
circle.
like I said, Cam. I've known Cam since he was fucking 13. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy. You know what I mean? So
Well, we got 2 friends right here. We got Chuck and Chef. They've been quiet most of the time. We call Sham Chef because he's a fucking master in the kitchen at slicing and dicing. And
So where did y'all go? I want to know where did the team assemble? Like where did they hit him from? I know you guys know where y'all know Charlie from, and I know how he's been.
all right, so we had a producer named Producer Jay, and we got him a full-time job, and he's now a fucking award-winning podcast producer over at Vox Media.
That's
and
facts.
he didn't stay with y'all.
No.
Well, he had to go
We put him on. We put him on to bigger
Yeah.
and better things, so he could get
God,
paid.
this is the bigger and better thing.
Well, no, but we weren't paying him. Bro.
Yeah, he needs to get
Yeah,
paid.
fuck that.
He now like has a crib, and he's like, look, when you guys can afford me, I'm coming home.
Yeah.
I don't fuck with that guy.
So we put out open tryouts, and Chef
Not that
walked
hard.
on.
Yeah.
Chef walked on. The fit was mids, but I could see where he was trying to go with it.
What was he wearing?
He was wearing a
Sailor
stripy
shirt.
St. James U-boat shirt and a black leather jacket.
And like a
It wasn't a boat
How
neck,
much
man.
chest
It
was shown?
just
I just want to know that, Sean.
zero chest, dude. It was February. Or like January or
well,
something.
but the
It
point
was
is, he
cold,
walked
man.
onto the show and he walked into our hearts, and now he is family. But so
Here's
is
what we're
anyone
gonna
that's
do.
ever worked on the show. But yeah,
And-
we're
and here's what we're gonna do. We're
forever
gonna-
grateful too.
We're going to allow them to unmute themselves. And in this segment, 60 Seconds of Thirst, they're going to ask you, Upscale Vandal, anything they want. Maybe they got a business proposal they want to pitch you, or a brand they want to do some work. Maybe Chuck can learn how to do a deck from you. Chuck, why don't you go first since you guys are already homies? Chuck, I'll let you go first.
First of all, I just want to say, like, Mike, like, I don't know what it was to you, but like, just like the small talk, maybe it was like small talk, but like the conversations I had with you, like, hearing you say like you felt when you were younger, like you didn't know all the things you could do. Like I've had conversations with you, not to get too in the weeds, but like there were a lot of times you made me feel like I could do anything. Like, and I just remember a couple of conversations in particular, and like right now I'm like very happy with where I'm at, and like send my regards to Cam. Like you guys mean a lot to me. So I just want to say that first and foremost.
And just to go back to what I was saying at the beginning of the show, the reason that I fuck with Chuck crazy is because in this industry, you meet a lot of upstart, passionate, hopeful people that want to be a part of this thing we do, but don't have the brass to really fight through the bullshit that comes with this shit. And when I first met Chuck, his disposition automatically jumps out at you for being somebody that's like, I get all this fanfare, hype, circular shit, but I'm at the nucleus, and this is what interests me, and I'm actually passionate about it. Because you can get lost in all the leather trim and fucking puff foam print. You know what I'm saying?
sure.
Like, you can get very lost in that shit. And
Yeah.
Chuck, since the day I met him to now, is the same type of person, although he's leveled up numerous times and
Sure.
done things that are very notably in our industry. And I'm sure not until later in his career will he get some notoriety for those things, because you guys are probably going to hold him back crazy on his shoulders. But at the end of the day,
Who else do you know that put down 24 dogs in 12 hours?
that's what I'm saying. Like, the fact that Buddy's willing to always go above and beyond, and that cemented Chuck for me as a person that I would always fuck with. Then I learned the fact that he just backwood lord, right?
Yeah, sure.
That gives me a little bit of insight into his private life, which I was like, yo, fam, if you really have this skill, this comes from a level of connoisseurship that I can only respect and admire, right?
Yeah.
Then we go level 3. Here's the secret. I know the owners of Stadium Goods, right? I know those guys.
His bosses.
I know his bosses, but I know them, right? I shoot a call because my younger nephew, who's in fashion school,
I forgot about this. Damn.
who's trying to
Do we have to bleep Chuck's employer, Chuck?
No.
Oh, okay, cool.
who's trying to follow in the fashion footsteps, and he's learning how to design, and he's very passionate. He's 16 years old. He ventured out and went to school in the city, which, we from Brooklyn is far. Like, him to get to school is about an hour on his train. That's far. He hits me, is like, yo, listen, I don't, my nephew's like, yo, I don't need nothing from you. If you hear of any jobs, I'm looking for a job. You know what I'm saying? He could have came to me, nepotism, yo, I want to work for you. He didn't do that. So I started thinking, like, where could he fit in? Where would be good? Should I throw him at a Foot Locker? Should I throw him at a sneaker store, learn that retail experience? I hit JD. JD like, yo, we'll interview him. I got you. You know what I'm saying? If he knows what he's doing, we'll bring him on. I don't want to promise you anything. And I'm like, no, I don't want that. I just need an in for him and see how he functions in the system to see if he can even manage an interview.
He's his foot in the door, the first opportunity. That's all.
He's like, yeah, I'm going to figure it out. I hit Chuck. That way I have more, because, remember, this guy up there, he's not thinking about fucking interviews.
No.
So I hit Chuck. Bro, immediately, boom, call, email sent, interview set up, times. Man, guess what? My nephew's been working there almost a year now.
Amazing.
Doing phenomenal. Looking to get has been offered a promotion. All of that because Chuck took his time out of his personal job, which had nothing to do with anything, and did that for me. Like, that type of shit, bro, to me, where I come from, that shit goes miles. And he ain't do that shit. Nobody did that for him.
And you know how Chuck got that job is Miss Info was on the podcast, and Chuck was looking for a job.
Boom.
And we knew that Stadium Goods was like trying to build up their team and gearing up for, the current fucking global takeover that they're enduring upon now. And I was like, yo, Minya, like, could you have Chuck come in? And she was like, again, it was kind of just the whole thing where, you do good things for good people.
Forward like that.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers don't have that in them, bro. A lot of motherfuckers don't have that foresight and don't have, like, the know-how or the know-about to be like, yeah, you know what? Somebody did this for me. Oh, I'm moving the right way. I got to move the right way with other
people. It's called supporting the homies.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
But James and I are we're trying to get you to thank us for ultimately affecting Chuck to get your nephew a job. So
what I'm trying to figure out is, if you guys are the ones that put everybody on, how come you're not on yet?
Yo, hey, let me ask you.
We're too busy worrying about other people.
Hey, Chuck,
did the guy who invented college go to college?
Yo, Chuck and Sham, did you see how I gave them a barb and not just doing y'all dirty? I'm equal opportunity with the shots, fam.
All right, Chuck's. That was beautiful. I actually.
It was Chuck's question. He didn't even get to
what's the question?
Intro. That was the preamble.
That was really nice.
Now that we got the business out of the way, I have to ask. You recently put out the ask on your IG story for a Grail fridge, and I just want to know, like, what led you to doing that, and what ended up. What was the outcome of that?
Can you explain the fridge?
Very simple. Very, very simple. Very simple. Actually, it's not even that amazing of a fridge, but I'll tell you what it is. Okay, the apartment that I'm moving into, I built from scratch. So I own a home. And it has multiple apartments. And one of the apartments, I had asked the tenant to leave because I was going to take over that apartment. It's bigger than my current apartment. I needed more space. And I also was going to move into the city, but I'm buying my family a house so that when we move together. But we own this house. Therefore, I was like, okay, if I'm going to move and I'm not moving into the city, I got to build a brand new apartment. So I literally, about a year ago, gutted the entire floor, bare bones, and built an apartment of my specifications down to the fucking color of the grout. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And what happened was, I've never done that before. I've never done managed a construction project. So the layout of the previous kitchen was fine to me. Nobody ever said, hey, if you're building this bigger space, you have to kind of adjust these parts. So what happened was, they measured and cut my new custom kitchen to the old sizing of my of what was there previously with the tenants. And the fridge space is 30 inches. No modern, updated, cool Viking high-level fridge is 30 inches. None of them. There's actually only 3 30-inch fridges with French doors on the market. And guess what? There's only one of them that's black.
Oh, shit. Here we go.
This one. So my entire crib is black and white. My whole crib. My floors are black wood custom floors. The bathroom is, hexagon Italian.
Like the cover of Belly.
Bro, it's exactly that. It's actually, my crib was inspired by DMX's crib in Belly. You know how it's like black carpet, black art, stark white walls? That's what my crib looks like. So the kitchen is all black. Black cabinetry, black stove, black faucets. And the fridge, I only had a 30-inch space. Here's the problem. That fridge has been backordered 7 months because of coronavirus. So I had to do what I had to do. I couldn't fucking move in without a fridge. The only I called everybody. I called everybody you could think of. I offered over sticker. Everything I could do to get this fucking fridge, and I couldn't do it. But luckily, my loyal, faithful family of a following, 4 Fs, found it for me.
A lot of respect.
And what happened was they actually took it off of somebody's back order, and I drove 2 hours to go and get it. So
Obama?
I don't know who it was, but I know that they're going to be pissed that their kitchen won't be ready until January.
So just like the French doors themselves, the whole project hinged on the fridge, the final piece of the Da Vinci Code, and you have it now.
The actual French door was a simile for the situation I was in being hinged incorrectly.
That was
rightful place.
That was a fucking. I feel like the only thing I can really compare that to are when those 2 llamas were like set free in like Arizona, and we were watching the live stream.
I remember that.
And when DJ Khaled got lost on his jet ski on Snapchat for the first time, watching this unfold was like a fucking Michael Bay production where it was like, because first of all, like Upscale Vandal does not thirst for anything, right? So to see that was like unbelievable. And the fact that it was this like mids fridge was like, and the fact that it fucking happened.
It is mid. I was going to get a Viking. Like I was going to get a clear side by side. And then
like Wi-Fi and shit.
I'm calling the appliance guy, the guy who sources all the appliances. He's like, bro, the smallest Viking is 36 inches. Like the smallest double door clear. Like I'm like, damn, what can I? He's like, yo, just this Whirlpool.
Just a fucking jacuzzi.
Yeah, and guess what? Whirlpool hit me. It's like, yeah, we don't have it until January. I'm like, bro, why'd you even DM me if you knew what I was going through here? You fuck, like you're wasting my time. You know what I mean?
Some people remember where they were when Kennedy was assassinated. Others on 9/11. For me, it's when Upscale got his fucking fridge, baby. I'll never forget where I was in my bedroom watching his Instagram stories.
Hey, listen, whenever you guys have free time in the early morning and it doesn't get dark and you want to come to Brooklyn, the real Brooklyn, come on over, look at the new fridge, look at the kitchen.
Are you off the Bedford L stop or the Lorimer L stop?
There's no trains where I live.
Chef,
I live in the real hood.
Speaking of Brooklyn residents, Chef, 30 seconds of thirst left. What would you like to ask Upscale?
Yeah, I feel like, I mean,
yo, that's a great really question, cool bro. Thank you, man. Yo, so go ahead,
Jeff.
I mean, you obviously work in like 2 kind of legacy spaces, right? Fashion and music, and then gaming is, I feel like, kind of like more of an emerging one. And there's a lot of overlap between all 3 of them. I'm wondering, like, out of the shit that you've seen so far, like whether it's like Travis Scott performing in like fucking Fortnite or whatever, or like Gucci making a collection for The Sims or whatever, like you have a ton of great ideas. Like, do you think that stuff is good? And if not, like, what would you do differently or better?
Absolutely. And I think that that's one of the reasons why we wanted to get involved, was because we felt that the crossover isn't prevalent enough. It's not. The companies that are doing those activations, they're smart. And like, shout out to Justin from Activision, and shout out to a bunch of the other people that are thinking outside the box on how to bring some of that energy. You know, J Balvin just did a Fortnite concert. You know, that's one of my clients.
Yeah, that was sick. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of that, but I feel like it's not dialed in yet. Like the fact that NBA 2K has like My Son Kitsune clothes before they have a Miri or something is like is a fumble. You know what I mean? Nobody in the NBA even knows how to say My Son Kitsune. So the reason that Chaos has like really focused on the lifestyle aspect of gaming and the inclusion aspect of games is like being the fact that the hip hop culture and the and that people of color have really driven the narrative of what lifestyle is today, lifestyle culture is today. We want to bring some more of those aspects into gaming, whether it's through accessories and merch and like the add-ons that come in the real life aspect to in real life activations like E3 and Counter-Strike competitions and all these in life, actions where if you go, it's like, it's a bunch of like, I'm not going to say what they previously were, but now we want to bring some cool, we want to bring Complex Con vibes to E3. And we feel like we're the perfect persons to bridge that gap and bring a little bit more of real representation, because not everybody that's in gaming is a pro like Chuck. You know what I mean? Some of us are we just fucking play. We're not that great it's just a pastime, but that doesn't mean we still don't want to be active. It's like the fucking the headset that I have is, bro, this shit is retarded. It's like crazy Lady of Rage Puff Big on me. Like, why can't we get some fucking Beats by Dre gaming shit with the fucking, patches or some cool customized, like little shit like that goes a long way, bro. I don't want a girl to stay over my crib and I'm playing COD and she's like, bro, why do you have a fucking satellite on your head? You look You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be able to get top while I'm playing Call of Duty and shorty feel like she's with a real one. Feel me?
Yeah.
Not a fucking astronaut.
Yeah. She doesn't want to think that she's getting fucking radiation poisoning from the fucking satellite attached to the dome.
Yeah, you can't be out here, flexing in game and not flexing real life. And we want to bring that full circle.
It's like you got to make gamers more. You got to make gaming more casual. It can't just be serious fucking turbo nerds with their rigs.
Yeah, like I've been playing Ghost of Tsushima, right, a bunch, and I was like, yo, imagine if like fucking Rei Kawakubo did a Ghost of Tsushima skin, or fucking Takashi Murakami did a sword or some shit. Like, why? That's so easy to do. Why isn't it implemented? Why aren't they giving little tidbits? And it's like, if it's that hard for them to figure out, we can help them. You know what I mean? We're here. Cut the check.
You're available.
Check, B.
Cut the fucking check. You heard him, Sony.
Come on, fucking Steve Ballmer. I know you own fucking 40% of the gaming production companies. Cut that check, bro.
All right, Chuck and Chef, thank you for the thirst. Mike, we're almost done here. We just want to play a little mini game with you real quick called Last John, Next John. We want to know what was the last John you copped at full retail. Woo! I know full retail is not a problem for you. And then, I don't know if you even cop like Johns one at a time. You can probably cop them like a rack at a time. And then we want to know what's the next John you got your eyes on that you don't have yet, but maybe you got in the fucking, sniper sights, or that you're going to pull the trigger on soon.
Pass me them socks. All right. Last John. Bought these about 3 weeks ago. No, 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago?
You haven't bought something in 2 weeks. That's pretty good. That's a restraint.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
Personal growth.
Yeah. Proud of you.
I just got the Celine socks.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Is that from our boy Jackson?
Yeah.
What the fucking Jackson?
Oh,
legend.
Love Jackson forever.
Yeah,
fucking legend.
Celine. So Celine socks. Is this considered a John or?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
100%. How much are Celine socks?
I don't know the John rules.
Those are John's. How much are Celine socks?
I don't know.
All right.
120?
Okay.
Yeah, 120.
So you got a bunch. So your last John was actually a grip of Celine socks, which I guess we could say is.
So yeah, that was my last John, and then I bought the hoodie, but that was before that, so I don't know if that counts.
What's next though? What do you have your eyes on?
More Celine?
What's in the shopping cart?
No, I'm done with Celine now.
You're good. All right. I saw you just got a jacket too, right? You got one of the varsities or the Teddy-esque.
Yeah, Cam actually got the the one I wanted, but they didn't have my size. He got the purple one, the purple velvet, a few weeks back from Riccardi. But yeah, I got the track. I got a few shit, but I'm done with them. Because I already see that it's about to become a fanfare thing. Now they're making bigger sizes and over. So I'm gonna get off it before. The next thing I really want to get though, there's this motherfucking Prada jacket. It's like a shell. I don't know if y'all saw. It's like electric blue shell, like winterized, but it's like shortcut, so it could be worn. Like it's supposed to be worn as a layering jacket, but it's a puffer. It's aqua blue, has the Prada red stripe, and it goes up to like kimono size.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So I want that. That's what I think. If I'm not spring, what do they drop next? Fall, winter, or spring 21? Spring 21 is in the fall, right?
That's what they just showed. Yeah.
Yeah, it's spring 21. So that's my previous John Celine socks. Next John, Prada.
All right.
And the Chanel surfboard also.
Chanel. That's a John. So what? Explain to me, because I think y'all founded this.
Well, we stole it. We stole some people, but yeah.
Culture Vultured it.
Yeah. No.
From Philadelphia.
It was like a forum.
I know what Johns are. I'm just saying, how did y'all start using the John to the
Super Future? You remember Super Future, Mike, obviously. It was big on the forums, and I think it just like made its way into fucking the culture, whatever, the cultures that were adjacent to it, which was, this is a funny way.
So this wasn't you guys calling clothes Johns, like pieces Johns. Because Philly's been saying John for everything.
Yeah. For everything. We definitely popularized it, but I think like the first people that were saying Johns in terms of clothes were the kids on Sufu. I was not on Sufu, but that's where I think it came from.
Got you. Okay, yeah. Because I was a little bit, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit offended that you guys didn't come up with a John name for me.
But in terms of,
I got a lot of Johns, so I was like, yo, I want to be John Wick. I want to be somebody in that space.
John McEnroe. Who do you want to be?
I want somebody that's more up my alley of like, a parallel to
John Starks.
I like John Starks. I don't know if I'm gonna wear it all the way, but I'm fucking with that one. I'm gonna put that on the list.
Yeah. But we made John a cultural.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I was.
The nomenclature comes from us.
That shit.
What did Hope say? What did Hope say? You made it a hot line. I made a hot song. What is that?
Yeah.
Hot bar.
To me personally, the first people I heard saying that was you guys and Gene. Like as far as it being like, a joking thing, and you started calling people. You started changing names, and people had nicknames.
Various Gian puns that are terrible.
Yeah, I think y'all start like y'all definitely should get the wave for that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We don't want the credit. We just want the respect.
Yeah.
All right, Mike, you are obviously.
That's why. Do you see why I did this?
Yeah, there you go.
Because of this. It's
to teach the youth,
bro.
Horny James Harris. Now,
can I ask y'all any questions before we leave? I have just like simple questions. Like, no, or is it, are we at the time?
Well, I don't know. I mean, this is why you should have your own podcast. That was going to be a piece of constructive criticism, and we could be the first guest. But we're almost done. And I guess you could ask us if you really.
I just have like a few questions. Here's my
way. All right, sure.
Here's my three. Where do James and Lawrence work now?
This is it. This is what we do now.
Full time.
He left Grailed. I left Def Jam.
Yeah.
And y'all not out there just jugging for other people. Y'all just doing this shit every day.
Not every day.
It feels like every day.
Yeah. We work about, I don't know, 4 hours a week.
I love it. Okay. I wanted to know that. Okay. Secondly, does Chuck also do this all the time now?
No,
he's at Stadium Goods.
You don't pay him nearly enough. James and I mainly take all of the money for ourselves.
Okay, I was going to ask about Sean, but I really don't care. Lastly, I'm just playing. Lastly, what type of weed are all three of you smoking currently? What strain is the dominance one, starting with James? James, go.
I mainly eat my weed.
Okay, so what edibles are you fucking with right now?
I have these peanut butter cheesecake edibles that I got in Massachusetts, and then I just got these sent to me.
Are they dosed or are they off the market?
Are they what?
Are they dosed? Like, are they 10 milligrams or are they just?
They're 10 milligrams, and then I have 5 milligram ones, but I can't do 10 milligrams. I just like take a bite, and I got 2 packs of 5 milligram ones from the homies at Gossamer. They're like rose, watermelon, tomato, very fancy.
Wow, like gourmet almost.
Yeah, no, and those are 5 milligrams.
5 milligrams. Okay, so you're an edible guy. You're not really on the flower right now.
Yeah.
And the strains in those edibles is sativas, indicas, or
I'm not sure. The peanut butter cheesecake one is, I think, a hybrid. I don't know what the gourmet shit is.
Lawrence, hit me with that. I saw you hitting the pen.
I mainly hit the pen.
You're going to be fucking brain dead in 10 years. Go.
Hey, listen, bro. 10 years. Try fucking 5 years ago.
Stop from the weed.
It's just I don't know, dude. It's whatever the fucking Chuck hooked me up with his old drug service.
So you're one of those guys that don't really even know what you're smoking as long as you're a little buzzed.
Oh, I just want to, little, bro. I just want to be absolutely vaporized, bro.
You can't get smacked off the pen like
that. Trust me, bro. When you also
can try
Budweisers, you absolutely can.
Okay, I got that. Sean, what are you toking?
Right now we have like green crack and some orange creamsicle shit.
Orange creamsicle. What farm do you know?
I don't. No.
That's my shit. Orange creamsicle. If it's Alien Labs, bro, that shit going hard right now.
It's pretty good. Yeah. No, I fuck with it for sure.
Yeah, orange creamsicle. Cool. Chuck, hit me with the what's filling the backwood? 2 grams or better.
I've always been a gelato guy.
Gelato.
I love gelato.
Wow, you really bought into the hype, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
I
don't know.
Your jeans, do they have leather crosses on them right now?
No, come on, no. But I'm, and you know me, I'm an indica guy. I'm a big dreamer. So
okay, all right, cool. That's all.
Mike,
I wanted.
what about you?
That was my main question.
Yeah, what's your what are you go-to smoking that you clearly want to share with everybody?
Bring some of the options. Well, me personally, we're running a little low, but we can still show. The thing about here is that. I don't know if you guys know this, but I actually own a cannabis company as well. Very low key, very.
Y'all hiring
me? Pushing me. I have a cannabis company.
Homegrown in Virginia.
Yeah. So right now, this is Wedding Crashers. Wedding Crashers right now.
Okay.
This is from Connected. A little bit of mimosa left. Almost done with the mimosa, and this is just straight from Cookies. A little eighth left, and then I've been saving this nug. Because this is a platinum Jack Herrera. So it's one nug whenever it's a special occasion. I just
that's cannabis cup level shit though.
Yeah,
right?
This is flat. Yeah,
how's the mouth feel in that bad boy?
Yeah, what is it?
Well, this right here, honestly, like when you smoke this, it's an out of body experience. So you don't feel any of your own like senses anymore. You don't feel that you have hands or fingers. It's more of what you feel like you are in your head. And whenever I smoke this, I feel like the zipper on a O2 Celine jacket.
Gotcha. That's so fire.
So it's basically the closest you could get to just smoking DMT.
Yeah.
You feel like God.
Yeah. It's actually, I don't know. I think it might be sprinkled. It's sprinkled with something like the crystallization on it gives me meth vibes. So I'm scared.
It's a little blue. It's
that's why I only smoke. That's why I got that one lot. It's like special occasion. Yeah. So right now it's been Wedding Crashers and Mimosas is my go-to for the past couple weeks. I re-up tomorrow, so I definitely trying to.
How much you cop at a time?
I don't buy weed, but
it's given to you, or you grow it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we do. Usually, we do like anywhere from 2 zips to 3 zips every run, and it's like a zip of each string. And we re-up every 2 weeks.
It's R&D. It's R&D. All right, Mike.
Listen, at the end of the day, we like owning a cannabis company is it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
And we're working with one of the original legal farms in Colorado. That was like the first one to have license for product, oils, edibles, and like working in that space literally broadened your horizons. So what you should be smoking, how clean it should be, how bad dispensary weed is compared to, like Mexican pack weed or, just that bullshit you're buying from the fucking hipster biker on Lorimer. You know what I'm saying? All of that shit, like, it matters. And like, I didn't start smoking until I was 29. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Like, I didn't
late
start
bloomer.
Yeah, I didn't start smoking till way late in my life. So like, the connoisseurship really hit me because like I couldn't just be smoking no rando shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, Chuck knows he didn't roll some fucking astronomical Vormir shit for me. Some shit that was grown in fucking the island where
you let me keep the leftovers and I could feel my hair growing after I smoked it. Like
yeah. No, listen, Chuck, man, the shit that I brought Chuck was grown where fucking Thanos killed Gamora to get the Like when you know where Gamora lands at that, like there's a fucking reef of shit. Yeah, the Soul Stone weed, bro. That's telling
You're smoking on that Infinity Stone
all day.
Smoke on that Soul Stone.
God
Only
damn.
the fucking best.
All right, Mike. Last segment, promise, fuck would not fuck with. Your taste God, clearly. We want to throw some categories at you. We've already done, like, the whole episode has kind of been all about this, so we're going to skip over a few that we normally do because we've already covered them. But we're going to throw a category at you. You tell us what you're fucking with, what you're not fucking with. First up, we talked about your massive collection of sneakers and your affinity, or before times affinity for ones. But what sneakers are you currently fucking with? What's in the rotation?
Current rotation, bring those geeks, bring the Amiris, and bring the fours.
This is the current rotation as it stands.
Yeah, like
3 at a time.
Throw these on whenever I'm leaving the crib with just whatever. So
Are the fours the new Jordan, like the new silhouette that you're rocking that you left the ones behind, or?
Yeah, I mean, I've always fours is in my top 3 Jordans of all time. Can you do me a favor and pass me the?
Oh, you had to go on mute. You had to go on mute.
Oh, sorry. I went mute.
Yeah, you did. It's fine.
I thought it was some like secret intel shit.
Yeah.
They're in the stack right there. You'll see like the boxes. No, and the other stack. Yeah.
So Cam, the other stack.
Yeah.
Right now I'm doing the yellow Fashion Geek RSOs. These are RSOs, right? Rider, yeah. So I'm doing the Rider
Okay,
right now.
So we're looking at a Puma runner, a yellow Puma runner with a green sole.
Yeah, yellow Puma Fashion Geek runner. Then the leather on these surprised me because I actually saw a sample of these Amiris. And then he sent the last one to me. Like, he sent me the final. And the leather, like, is better than Jordan leather. And I just, like, love the way that they started crinkling, but still not creasing, but still like that broken leather. So I've been wearing these Amiris.
So that's what you're gonna wear instead of ones is the Amiri version, basically.
No, I won't wear them consistently. I just recently rotation. This has been it.
Oh, okay.
Because they're just like easy to throw on and that good leather and boom. Then I gave these a run this week.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Those aren't even out yet.
It's like Young Dro said, these ain't
Those
out
are
yet.
out.
No,
They're not. They haven't shipped. They're not out.
Thursday.
Damn, okay.
Thursday.
Okay. Well, yeah. Chuck would
I've been
know.
wearing these for 2 weeks or whatever.
Green laces in the new Virgil Fire 5s. That's nice.
Yeah, I swapped the lace. I've been swapping laces a lot.
That looks really good. I know green is Pantone of the year. Yeah, and we got pink in the sale 4s.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm really liking how the green laces look in that Fire fucking 5, dude.
Yeah,
That's
I've been
great.
swapping the laces on the off-whites because they give you that option, but if you go and get other colors like that aren't from the options, I feel like you can really mix it up better.
Can you see the Celine logo in the holes in the 5s?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I got that because it's right,
It's literally right there.
All right, so are there any
stone
sneakers
left unturned?
Are there any sneakers? You mentioned like the triple S's, I think, but are there any sneakers out there that are big hype that you're not fucking with right now? But you see them everywhere.
Any Balenciaga, any Dior except pass me those Diors. Any Balenciaga, any Dior, any. I mean, bro, I'm not fucking with none of that. Not any of it.
Any designer? No designer sneakers?
Yeah, no designer sneakers.
The only designer sneakers I'm wearing is these Diors. I just love this silhouette.
Okay. Are those new?
Nah, these are old.
This is the old one? Okay. I guess I've never seen that colorway. I mean, at least if you're going to wear those, it's going to be – I've never seen that.
Those
This is the only one. And then that's it. I've been wearing these Represent sneakers a bunch too. I don't know if they're considered designer. They're not the contemporary or what. I don't know.
Yeah, they're definitely not like – when James says designer, he means like fucking Balenci.
Yeah.
No.
Do you have Dior Jordans?
Like Dior Jordan 1.
Did you get a pair?
You guys know these? Sorry.
That's the Represent shoe, yeah, with like that ankle. Yeah. There's a lot going on there.
The red dream. Yeah. I don't know if this is considered designer, but honestly, I'd rather wear like I've been wearing like my Roland Jogger Visvums a lot, and people don't even know what those are. So, yeah, I've been wearing that a bunch.
What about
I want to know, wait, did you get Dior Jordan 1s? Were you able to get a pair?
I think we know the answer.
Okay, all right. There
Yeah, these were gifted to me.
It's like, I knew it was coming, but it's still like good to ask.
Shout out to Dior. Dior takes really good care of me. They actually gave me these, and they gave me the white bike. The last of the 3 bikes. So I had the gold and the chrome, so they hooked me up with that last white one.
And the full set.
Was it fan of the pod JR? JR is a good dude.
JR Mumford. Shout out to JR. No. It was Jack Gaffney, who's the VP of Dior Homme North America, and at the time Adrian Ward Reese, who was the president of Dior Homme Global or North America at the time. He's now left, but yeah, they take good care of me over at Dior, man.
Mike, do you fuck with any non-sneaker footwear? Like, we're big proponents of the post-sneaker world, which still means sneakers have a place there. But we we're big into like loafers, boots, all types of shit beyond just like, because like you were kind of fed up with the hype shit.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I have all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I have, I have some boots and some loafers, and in that space.
You have the Pharrell Chanel loafers, don't you?
Yeah.
Those are sick.
Yeah. But the problem is this, again, going back to my size, the way that stuff looks on you guys, like, for example, I want to wear the Patagonia 3-inch shorts. I want to. I want you to see I want you to see my thigh and just a smidge of my sack, if possible, anytime. But it doesn't look right on my size of guy. You guys are thin. You guys have that look that it drapes well. Same thing with the loafer. When you're wearing a size 36 jean, right, and that cut of the fabric is draped a little different on your body, and you wear a size 12 or 46 loafer, it doesn't have that same aesthetic. Same thing with boots. Same thing with, all the mules. So I try not to, you
play to your strengths. Is what you're saying.
I try not to get outside of the zone that I know I'm going to be pushing the boundary. But I do have some of that shit, and I love all of it. I love seeing you guys, and you guys have very different style, But again, fellow Johns enthusiasts recognize when you guys got fire, and like, I wish I could pull off half the shit that you and James wear, but
same.
Unfortunately,
with you.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not that size. I'm not that cut, and it just doesn't bang the same way.
But you know your body and dress for that, and that's something that our boy, only guest we've had that's more popular than Jonah Hill, was like, it took me a while to like learn how to dress for my body, but once you know it and accept it and love it and dress for it, then like it's only gonna get better.
Yeah, I've never listened to a Throwing Fits episode, but I want to watch. I want to listen to the Jonah Hill one, because one, like, he's one of my favorite actors and just personalities in the industry. But two, I love that I feel like his relevance in our culture was kind of simultaneous. His interest in it was simultaneously with you guys promoting it.
Yeah.
So sure. I kind of think that the more he delved into our world because of what you guys are doing, he caught up to a little bit more, because he's gotten a lot better in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
And the fact that, and I think that is a little bit to what you guys' point was doing with them. So I want to hear his, because I want to hear as far as like what he was into. Like, prior, I'm sure he was always into like skate shit and whatever.
But, like, if you like, famously, the earliest pictures you can find where it's very clear that Jonah is into gear and Johns, because it's very obvious now with all the fit pics and the paparazzi. There's photos of him at like Bape openings in LA. Like, he was just like a fan of the culture. Huge Kanye guy, huge Bape guy.
His look wasn't all the way there yet.
No,
not yet.
But he was growing up, and he was, and again, he was learning how to know thyself. That's a process, right? It doesn't happen overnight. It's what we try to tell kids all the time.
All right, Mike. Last category in fuck with, not fuck with, music. What music are you currently fucking with?
Honestly, man, Benny the Butcher, Conway, West Side Gun, Young Dolph.
Griselda.
Young Dolph.
Dolph going crazy. 21 Savage album was crazy.
Yep. Savage Mode 2 is fire.
I've been listening to this dude, Big 30 out of Memphis. I don't know if y'all know Big 30. He just signed a money bag.
He sounds big.
He big, and all he rap about is killing and shooting and really do that shit. Who else?
Is that why I can ask you a question? As a dude, Juvie2E's from Virginia, Kari 1K from Virginia, Esri, and then that's hip hop. And then on the large scale, like regular in the mixed playlist, Rosalia, like number
Queen.
one. Been listening to a lot of what's this guy's name? James Blake.
For the feels?
Yeah, James Blake for the feels. What else? That's pretty much been it. Obviously always listening to Push, always listening to Balvin. I personally am we were talking earlier about doing shit for the money. Is like I can't ever work on anything I'm not super passionate about. So like anytime you see me, I don't really work with musicians that much, but any musicians I work with, I have to really love their music and really be in tune. And like, Balvin and Push are like prime examples of that. Like I'd not be able to do anything that I do with them. Although me and T have a different relationship than me and Balvin have. Me and Balvin are family, but I've been friends with T going on,
You brought, just real quick story, like you brought Balvin by the Complex offices in like 2014, and we already knew each other. And I think maybe he like did a quick interview, and then you were like walking him around, and no one really seemed like they were like that into like.
Nobody knew who he was. Yeah,
nobody knew who he was. And then you came by my office, and you're like, "Yo, this is J Balvin, biggest artist in Colombia, has the biggest
in the world at the point." Yeah,
he had the biggest
in the global, just not American music.
Right. You were like, yo, he's got an icon next to his name on Snapchat, like a little lipstick, because he's like the biggest Snapchat person in Colombia. And he's like, you're going to hear about him. And then like we talked a little bit, and he was very cool. So I don't know. That was very cool to see that you were like very into it from a fucking early moment for Latin American artist,
general, bro. Like reggaeton and Latin music in general was like, who the fuck knew anything about any of these people 2 years ago? And then like we brought J Balvin to Complex Con. The second Complex Con. He had a booth. We had Bad Bunny walking around. Bad Bunny's the biggest artist in the world right now, and I walked this motherfucker around the entire Complex Con. Nobody gave a shit aside from the Spanish kids. Right. Nobody, like none of the hip hop kids, none of the streetwear brands, none of the booth owners. Only like the Spanish kids that were, really Spanish, like really Spanish language first kids knew who he was. And seeing the entire industry gravitate towards that now. Like, look at the industry now. Like, Bad Bunny's in a fucking Corona commercial during the finals with Snoop Dogg. Like, Rosalia is a fucking Nike campaign. Singles with Travis Scott. J Balvin's doing fucking McDonald's meals. Like, it's all pushing to the Latin shit. And I'm honored to have been a part of the ushering in of that sound and that movement.
Is there any music currently out there that you're not fucking with?
You mentioned you don't get Cardi, which is an interesting one.
I mean, I don't fuck with anything else aside from what I said. Anything else you hear out right now, I don't fuck with.
Word.
Like literally, you could just anything that what are y'all listening to right now? I probably don't fuck with any of that shit.
Well, you didn't mention Freddie Gibbs. I feel like you must like Freddie Gibbs.
Yeah, I fuck with Guess My Man. Yeah. But like again, how much music does Freddie Gibbs have out? Like, you know what I mean?
I don't know. I mean, I guess
it might be like 2 records, but like
I guess Alfredo and then Bandana in the past, like, whatever. But all
that other shit, like I'm cool, man. It's like
I was in anticipation of this episode. I was listening to Daytona about 7 times today.
Oh my God.
Fuck, I forgot how perfect of an album this is.
Fantastic. 5 mics.
Emery, me and Emery were on the phone yesterday. He told me Jay emailed Pusha like, yo, the day before yesterday was like, yo, I've been listening to Daytona all day. I forgot this is such a beautiful piece of art.
Sick.
Like Jay was saying T about that. Like, yo, but this next fucking bro, this next album is gonna make Daytona look like he was fucking.
Will it come before the end of the year? Can you say?
No, I won't. No.
Okay.
Will he come on Throwing Fits during that press run?
Yo, please.
I can try.
Which is a perfect parlay into the next part of the show, James.
He's definitely not doing anything over 38 minutes.
We'll give him 38 minutes.
We'll do a 38. Dude, we famously did a 12-minute podcast with Don C because Wendy's allotted us a very specific amount of time. We'll make it happen, bro.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, why don't you tell me that? Yeah, I'll get him on here. Yeah. If we could do like a timed clip, like, and we got to do.
We'll do a hot 45 minutes.
We got to do Throwing Fits X Pusha T 5-inch baggies. Oh, but every pair of shorts comes with a baggie in the pocket.
Oh, let's do it. Let's do it. Listen, I don't know if you guys know this. Push is the Patagonia Lord.
Yo,
Right,
he tweeted at Chuck about it.
Yeah, we
him
had
and
a
Chuck have
conversation. We had a conversation about it.
Yeah.
Oh,
They have
yeah?
there's a Twitter dialogue.
What was y'all saying?
No,
Well, he
I
wears
mean,
7 inches. He wears a 7-inch.
Yeah,
baggie.
7-inch. Yeah.
And he said it was the brick of money holding it down. And that's why he can't wear 5.
I'm telling you, bro. That nigga, he had me looking for Patagonia shirts like crazy in Chicago because this one Chicago store had a back sale and they had those the recyclable like, yo, pass me that shirt right there. That pink and everything. You know that recyclable shirt that they do that's kind of like cardboardy?
Yeah.
They only make those but so often. And this Patagonia store in Chicago had a closeout. He's like, yo, go get me everyone, whatever. And I'm like fucking looking around. You know this one? That's
Okay, yeah.
It's like nubby.
Yeah, it's like, you can see it's like nappy. Like, yeah. So, I had to go and find every fucking one like this for him for tour. This motherfucker had like 30 Patagonia shirts. I swear to God, everywhere we went, they'd be like those golfer white guys looking at him like, fuck is this guy with a fucking 9 Cartier bracelets and a Patagonia outfit. Crazy.
How did Push get into Patagonia? Like, where does that love come from?
Well, Push's whole fashion thing is like, when it's not editorial, it's like comfort, because this guy is, like I told you guys, he's really old in the brain. He wakes up at 7 a.m., goes to bed at 10. So he needs things that he can be outside that's like clean, crisp colors, but still stand the test of him going to the gym, getting a haircut, sitting in Ferrari leather, all of those contrasting things, and still stand up throughout the day. One of the things I remember him saying was like, yo, Patagonia shirts don't wrinkle.
Woo.
Like you can do an interview, you can sit down, you can be in a car, you can stand up, and you pull it a little tight, that dry fit is clean. So, I think comfort, accessibility, and colors were what drew him. He's from
Virginia, where ain't nothing to do but hike.
Yeah. Ain't nothing to do but gorp.
All right, Mike. Last segment, we promised. Look, man, you're clearly thriving. We love that you fuck with us so heavily and blessed us with 3 hours of your time. You're doing really well, professionally, personally, when it comes to Johns, when it comes to everything, really. That being said, we do want to see you really take off and join, your old childhood friend, Scott, on the moon alongside the BBC Moon Man. We want to offer up some constructive criticism.
Oh, okay. I love this.
Like a outsider perspective a little bit, friend to friend. Take it or leave it. We're not going to be offended if you don't take it. That's totally fine.
This might be my favorite segment. Go.
All right. So I'll start off.
Well, you should lower your expectations too, just right off the bat.
Yeah. I don't know if it's going to be better than Meats and Cheeks.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go first.
I swear Meats and Cheeks was going to be a whole other thing.
What did you think it was going to be?
Because it turned into a love conversation. I was yo, what was the last fucking Instagram model you banged or something like that?
Come on, we're not crass.
Not the best name for that. Like,
well, it used to be called, do you want to know what it used to be called?
Yeah.
Yes.
This is why I didn't get on the podcast the first time.
Yeah, we called
you
Meats and
asked.
Cheeks.
Well, you asked, so I don't know. We're not going to lie to you.
Meats and Cheeks.
We did the right thing.
They're going to talk to me about if I've been with any celebrity girls. I was like, yo, Meats and Cheeks. But yeah,
I know what I need to know.
But this is a segment though. This one,
this is constructive criticism. So here's what I'm gonna.
But you guys gotta let Shaman. I'm sorry, what's his name? Sham and Chuck also give me constructive criticism. That's the rules.
Do you guys want to do like the second two?
Yeah, we can just go.
Yeah.
They're pre-written, so we can just have them delivered.
Go.
All right. Professionally speaking, you have some of the biggest. You work with some of the biggest names, biggest brands in the world. I want to see you take it to the next level, and everything that you've done with Pharrell, Pusha T, J Balvin, do that for Throwing Fits.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I could do that. Do you guys have a budget?
No.
Nah.
But see, you know how you can like turn shit into gold? If you have any doubters out there that are still thinking like, no, Mike's lost his touch, take this fucking podcast and turn us into a global media behemoth, and then we'll give you points because we can't afford you now. but on the back end, maybe.
Cam said no. I say yes.
Okay.
But Cam's
Cam
real
said
decision
no?
maker?
You want to come? I'm saying yes.
Okay.
But show them because they might blame me later. Like it's just like
I hope they can hear me.
no, they can see.
We can absolutely hear
We
you.
can't hear.
Yeah, that's a definitely no.
Okay. All right, cool. Thank you.
Not at all. No, thank you.
Also, Cam, it sounds like you're dialing in from fucking Starship Enterprise. I was like, okay, that's a confirm. That's a confirm. No,
Beam me up, upscale.
We gotta get the throw. We gotta do a Throwing Fits collab later on down the line.
Say
Hell
less,
yes.
dude. Second piece of constructive criticism. You asked if we had a budget, and we said no. Let's pretend that we do have a budget. And my piece of constructive criticism, and we've been alluding to this, if not just even asking directly earlier, you can wine and dine us by taking us out to eat. That would be a fun time.
Yeah, that's it. I'm in.
And then maybe we'll do a little behind the scenes video for content. It'll be funny. It'll be a good time. But that sounds like a thing
that one I'm sold on.
yeah. Well, have a good time.
Meeting,
You pay
yeah.
for it.
Yeah.
Approved. We will pay for it. Cam said it's approved. We're in.
There we go. See? Thank you, Cam.
Dinner in. Budget approved. All 5 of us.
Woo!
Done. Solidified.
Write it off. Tax purposes.
I'll take the next one. So, Mike, obviously everything you do turns to gold. You were raised with this illustrious, spectacular taste. You're boys with Mr. Nobu himself. Why not just start the Upscale Vandal restaurant group where everyone can smoke blunts inside of the restaurants? And why not?
Fuck, man. What? Like, I don't even know why I didn't think of that before. Chuck, how about this? Write up the business plan. I'll bring it to the investors. If it is, you're the fucking maitre d'. You're the one who decides who fucking can roll up, who can light up, who gets the table, who gets shunned at the door, although there's 9 seats available. You write it up, we're in there.
Not only will I make the deck, but not only will I be
restaurants.
I'll do the deck and I'll be the hostess.
Question though, if we do this restaurant, there's already a restaurant called Vandal in the Tau group that they on me, right?
Right.
What would you call our restaurant?
Upscale dinings. I don't. Well, I'll update the deck. I'll figure it out.
All right, cool. All right.
Chuck's hot dogs to go.
And
There's
also,
definitely no glizzies at my restaurant.
No, sir.
Chuck would
All right, so
be.
I'm in on the dinner. It's a no on the collab without a budget. I'm down to look at a restaurant proposal and become a restaurateur with Chuck.
Let me hit you. Upscale, Mike, we just met, man, but it's been 3 hours now. You've been dropping bombs left and right. This has been one of the most informational and enlightening episodes of the show, I think, so far. And I think, that's all because of you and your experience. Why don't you start your own podcast, man?
Yeah. Like I said, man, I just think that, it's not about me. I don't think y'all podcast, if y'all podcast was just one person, I don't think it'd be as lit. I feel like y'all got a community thing going here. I don't have that same synergy with 3 other humans like y'all do. There's no 3 humans I can get to co-host a show with me that would be this seamless and effortless in conversation.
But you could use that platform to put your homies on too, though. Because I mean, I'm sure you have great conversations with all your friends. Big and small.
You curtains
I never thought about using the podcast thing as a way to put
platform.
Like, we have
you can put other people on, dude. I mean, that's what. Yeah, like.
Hey, look, think about it. Constructive criticism, it fucking works.
Damn,
only one that I'm not going for is the one that's trying to get some fucking notoriety out of me with no money.
Okay. Now, see, it's how we structure the deal. So if you're incentivized to make us
sweat equity
popping, then it's waterfall points on the back end.
I see what you're saying.
I think James is having a pyramid scheme.
I'd have to take so many points from it that once it's popping, you guys leave, change the name again, and start another.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, we have been known to do that.
Okay, right at just a low blow right at the end, Mike. Okay.
All right, Mike. Thank you for 3 hours of absolute insanity. Where can the kids follow you if they don't already?
Obviously, they already plug
do.
your shit. Now's your time. Plug whatever you want.
All right, I want to plug Throwing Fits.
Thank you.
At Throwing Fits. What is it?
Yeah.
Yep.
At Throne
Throne
Fits.
Fits.
So,
I want to plug Lawrence Schlosserman,
Thank you.
James Harris, Backwood Chuck, Shine Nirvana. I want to plug you guys. Fuck anything I got to plug. We all good on this side. You guys are the GOATs.
Thank you.
I fuck with y'all. I fuck with the movement. I hope it keeps going. I hope you guys fucking sell this shit to Barstool Sports for a half a fucking ticket and then back out, end on them, start another podcast. Let them keep the IP of something that's worth dog shit worthless.
That's boring.
You guys are the fucking culture. I don't do podcasts, but I'll do yours I'll do this one anytime.
Thank you, Mike.
I love you guys. I fuck with you guys.
all right,
Keep
Mike, we'll
going.
see you next week.
Can't wait to go to that dinner. Can't wait to go to that dinner that we're doing.
Hell yeah.
Definitely will tell T about this. For sure we'll tell him. And yeah, man, peace and love. Keep on doing what you guys are doing. I fuck with y'all.
Mike, thank you for coming on the only podcast that matters. Chef, hit that motherfucking
I
outro
know you
music.
like them winners and upscale Vandal type of dinners and seeing cameras flashing like the Jenners. The bros is off limits. There's Navy niggas out here, but they don't fit your image. And you love being out here. Don't let them put you out there. What's a bag to a boss? Drown you in champagne and let you crash at the loft. Being bitter can backfire. I'm fucking sisters. You take me back, now you hate her ass and keep her distant. If we tick for tack, ain't no getting back. I'm just getting head. You might get a rack. Your body count is mountain. You can't get that back. Play the game is full circle like a cul-de-sac.
Baby, please just don't fuck none of my niggas.